beautiful fall Saturday in the city of Philadelphia. You're watching the American on ESPN. It's the first conference game this year for these two teams. The Temple Owls, 2-2 on the year, hosting the UTSA Roadrunners out of San Antonio, also 2-2 this season. These are the final two teams to play a conference game in the American. We welcome you to Philadelphia. Alongside Barrett Brooks, former All-American at Kansas State and NFL veteran, I'm Richard Cross. Maria Tribalpiece will join us from the sideline in just a bit. Hard to believe, Barrett, we're already in week 6 of the football season. It goes fast, and now it's conference play for these two teams.
And both teams are trying to establish themselves in this conference. Right now, they're right at the middle of it. Who's going to win this game is going to get up in the conference, and who's going to go down and be in that lower half of the conference.
A little bit of a slow start to the year for UTSA. Lost their first 2 games, but they have won the last 2 over UIW and then 2 weeks ago at Colorado State. Big part of the reason why has been the running game. Robert Henry Jr. has more rushing yards per game than any other running back in the country.
Man, he's so explosive. He runs this duo play that they have where they have a double team front side and back side. He can pick where he wants to go. It's really made him a dynamic player.
And then Shad Banks has been outstanding.
Absolutely. And Banks is one of those guys, very explosive, can rush off the edge. He's the piece that's going to have to heat up this offensive attack of the Temple Owls.
For this Temple team, they've got a new head coach, Casey Keeler, in his first year. DJ Khaled would be a fan because all he does is win. They won their 2 to open the season, dropped their last 2. Quarterback Evan Simon has been outstanding protecting the football, has not thrown an interception through the first 4 games.
Yeah, he's done a great job of protecting it, and that's the only way that they can win. They got to stay stable. But then you look at Curly Ordonez. This is going to be the matchup right here. Ordonez against Henry, one-on-one. Who's going to be the better player? This is really going to see who equalizes this game.
UTSA will begin things on offense today. Carl Harden will kick it away for Temple in the all-cherry uniforms. UTSA in the white jerseys with the orange tops. Will Henderson III is the deepest return man. Has yet to return a kickoff this year, and he won't do it here. It's a touchback, and the Roadrunners will go to work offensively at their own 25-yard line. Temperature around 80 degrees on this fall Saturday in October as Owen McCown leads the offense out. Started his college career out in Colorado. He's from Rusk High School in Rusk, Texas. 7 touchdowns, couple of interceptions. Passing game has been a little slow to start the year, but the running game has not, as Robert Henry is averaging 9.2 yards per carry so far this season.
Unbelievable running back, quick and explosive.
And they give it to Henry, and he cuts it back and gets out to the 30-yard line for a gain of 5 on the first play of the game.
Yeah, and they're running the play that they've made famous in this conference right now, and that's the duo play. They get a front side double team, the backside double team, and just let him pick a hole. It's not a play side play where you have to run play side or backside. You just pick a hole, and he's very good at analyzing where he needs to go with the ball.
And it was Curly Ordonez on the tackle, 2nd and 5 for UTSA. McEwen is the motion man for the Roadrunners. McCown from the gun, got to get it to the outside, and now cutting it back up to the inside. Going to be about a yard short of a first down. We'll bring up the first 3rd down of the game. Sekou Kroma on the tackle for Temple.
They're really just trying to get him comfortable in this passing game. They really haven't had a whole allotment of their receivers in this season. So they need to get the things going. So you have a little screen play on the outside, really get them going.
McCown's best passing game this year came against Incarnate Word, UIW. He was 30 of 36 with 4 touchdowns in the ballgame. Heavy set this time, only 1 receiver in the formation at the top of your screen. Give underneath, and that's a first down, kind of stumbling forward on the carry. Eric Stewart there to make the tackle, but not before Robert Henry picks up a first down.
And there they run duo, and I see what Temple's trying to do. They're trying to cover the center and both guards, so you don't get a double team front side or back side. But this offensive line did a good job of stopping the blitz, number 1, and then letting Henry pick a hole in the midst of it.
First down for UTSA. They give it on a speed sweep. On the carry that time is Will Henderson III, the freshman, redshirt freshman out of Gilmer, the former high school where Jeff Traylor was the head coach. Promised you we would introduce you to Maria Trival-Peace. She is on the field this afternoon. Maria.
Casey Keeler knew that if he wanted to bring success back to Temple football, he was going to need to create a culture of trust. So he got right after it when he got the job. He talked to every single player in the program, interviewing them over 4.5 days to figure out what they wanted from this school. Casey Keeler then implemented some team bonding activities in addition to a leadership council because he wanted his guys to feel like they were heard. Keeler wants his players to know that, look, we are in this together. That's how we're going to win football games.
Maria, thank you very much. We'll talk more about Casey Keeler as we go through the afternoon, but an incredible career for him. National championships at 2 different stops, first at Delaware back in 2003. And then in 2020, won a national championship at Sam Houston State, both of those at the FCS level. Had it rolling at Sam Houston and felt like this was an opportunity that he could not pass up. McCown to the air, swings it, and that is complete and good enough for another first down. Robert Henry getting into the passing game here. That's his 12th catch of the year. Eric Stewart with another tackle.
Well, that's where they build their bread. And Henry is one of those dynamic players. You get him out on the wheel route, one-on-one, it could be turned into a big play. They get the first down on that play.
Robert Henry transferred in from Jones Junior College in Mississippi. McCown pressured for the first time, gets to the outside, throws it down the field, and it is caught on the sideline for another first down. David Amador II. He is back this week after an injury. The third-year sophomore out of Houston at North Shore High School.
Whitaker gets a little pressure on him, but then, McCown is swift of foot. He's a lot better athlete than they give him credit for. He can get out and make some plays, but he's one of those guys that you have to keep him inside the pocket. He's most effective when he's allowed to get a passing lane between those big offensive linemen in front of him.
Actually went back and said incomplete pass, and they're going to take a look at this one. So our first review of the day, Steven Anderson is our referee today. The back with you in Philadelphia. 11:41 to go. Opening quarter. UTSA marching. They took a look at this play to see if indeed it was a catch. McCown pressured and makes a good throw to the outside. Amador, not 1 foot, but 2 feet inbounds. And then he's able to complete the catch all the way to the ground. And so first down at UTSA.
Yeah, McCown is a lot better athlete than his pop and even his uncle, you know, so he can run around, make some plays. They're going to have to make sure they keep him inside the pocket and keep him like congested inside of there, because he can definitely get out there and run, especially on first down. He's going to create first down by scrambling.
The McCown family, certainly a football family. His father, Josh, played at Sam Houston. His dad, Randy, played at Texas A&M. His uncle Randy and his uncle Luke both played in both college and in the NFL. Reverse, and now a pass back to McCown, and he's got a wide open receiver on the sideline. That is a catch for the tight end, Houston Thomas, and tight ends account for about a quarter of the receptions for UTSA this year.
Really, really good tight end. So what they do, they run a little, you know, pitch back to the quarterback on the reverse action, and then he's out there all by himself, you know. So if you can get those guys looking everywhere else and keep that window dressing going, it's going to create opportunities in a run game going forward.
Thomas comes out of the game after the catch. Dan Dishman and Patrick Overmeyer in. So 2 tight ends on the field for UTSA. First and 10 from the 20. And it's Henry picking his way and then bouncing it to the outside, and he's run out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Gain of 6 there on first down. You know, Dante Pollard with the tackle.
Great play. This is what I love as offensive lineman, or former offensive lineman. These days, you know, they double team the front side, pull that backside. We call it good old power play. And then you see Henry is now able to pick where he wants to go, either inside or outside. And they kind of clustered up inside. He ran to the outside, picked up a lot of good yards.
They gave Henry the 13, so second down and 3. UTSA knocking on the door on their opening possession of the game. It's Henry with a stumble in the backfield and then a burst straight ahead for a first down. First and goal, Roadrunners.
There you go with that veteran offensive line of the Roadrunners, running a simple play, duo, double team wherever they can, and then have him pick a hole. He's so explosive. Watch that step. As soon as he gets it, he sees it, and he fires his way through it.
Spun his tires for a second that time before he got going. But enough for a first down at the 8-yard line. McCown gives it to Henry once again, and he picks his way down close to the goal line. Flag comes in at the end of the play. So we'll check the marker. Avery Powell came up and made the tackle, the transfer from Missouri State. Temple, his 3rd stop after Missouri State and Holy Cross.
Rich, they're doing a good job up front, stopping penetration. Penetration kills all run plays, and that offensive line is really taking control of the game.
Pick up the flag, say no foul on the game, and so second and goal from the 1-yard line, as Jeff Traylor's got to be pleased with this opening drive from his offense. Losses to Texas A&M and Texas State to start the year for UTSA, then bounce back with wins against UIW and Colorado State. And here is Henry into the end zone for a UTSA. No signal yet. Thought it was a touchdown. Looked like he broke the plane, but looks like they're marking it short.
From here, it looked like it also.
Robert Henry with 7 touchdowns on the season. He's tied for 5th nationally.
They had their big formation in there, an extra lineman and 2 tight ends. Now they go with 3 tight ends, 23 personnel.
McCown under center. How about a little tush push in the stadium that made it famous? I think a whistle before the play.
It doesn't seem like they got the play off.
The center moved the ball forward. That's the first warning of the game for UTSA, not to move the ball forward after it's spotted. 3rd down.
That may be a new one for me. So a warning to the center for moving the ball forward. And you'll see a center, when he goes and he grabs the football, it kind of reaches out before the snap back, but gets a warning for that. So we'll do it all over again. Once again, 3rd and goal. Same formation. McCown under center. The tush push. Touchdown at UTSA.
in the stadium that made it famous, the tush push. You have the offensive line get as low as they can and then have somebody push the quarterback from behind. This is really something, that's becoming, a real thorn in most defenses' backs, because it's hard to stop when you're pushing somebody like that. And you have an offensive line that's low like that, it really gives them an opportunity to do it. You drive them back, and look, they try to bring guys over the top, but when you're getting pushed like that low, it really gives them an opportunity to move the guys up front.
Middle of that offensive line at left guard, Trevor Timmons, Ben Rios the center, Darrell Jones the right guard, getting that surge up front.
A lot of beef.
Michael Petro is on to try the extra point. Did not know coming out of the spring that Petro was going to be the kicker for UTSA. Had a couple of guys that transferred out, including Tate Sandell, who is now the kicker at Oklahoma. Petro pretty accurate short to mid-range. He's on to try the extra point. And it's through, and UTSA takes an early 7-0 lead over Temple. We'll get a chance to look at this Temple Owls offense when we come back. UTSA drives it down the field 75 yards, and they take the early lead.
We're back here in Philadelphia where UTSA has jumped out to a 7-0 lead over Temple. Now, one player that we've talked about for the Roadrunners a lot already in this game has been Robert Henry Jr. and his success running the football. And I asked him what has helped him elevate his game from last season to this season. And he said two things: attention to detail and the O-line. He has been doing all the little things to make himself better, but he said, I wouldn't have the rushing yards that I do without the guys up front.
They have been good so far, and it is a veteran group. Low line drive kick going to be taken at the 8-yard line by Tyler Stewart. Stewart gets out across the 30. So good field position for Temple for their first offensive possession of the game.
Stewart is an explosive guy too. They're trying to get in his ball, the ball in his hands, maybe on reverses, things of that nature. Because once he gets the ball, he can definitely pick him up and pin him down and make some major plays.
Evan Simon, veteran quarterback for Temple, spent his first 3 years in college at Rutgers. Had a touchdown in the loss to Georgia Tech back on September 20th, last time that this Temple team was on the field, coming off an open date. Jay Ducker.
The line to gain equipment is malfunctioning. We're waiting to get a manual box and we'll replay.
All right, so Steven Anderson tells us that the chain gang. I guess they had the digital down marker out there that shows down and distance, and now they've gone to the old school manual box.
Nothing like old school. Nothing like old. It's like bring your lunch pail to work. Kids these days don't know about lunch pail. They know about Uber. No lunch pail.
1st and 10 from the 32 for Temple. Ducker in the backfield alongside Simon. The motion man is Colin Chase, and they hand it off to Jay Ducker. Goes off the right side out across the 35 for a gain of 3 on 1st down.
Where Ducker goes, this offense goes. You know, he's a thicker running back, and he's going to take it north and south. Not a lot of wiggle, but he just takes the ball where it needs to be and where it's supposed to be blocked at. If there's a hole there, he'll find it.
Only 2 touchdowns on the year for Jay Ducker, but he's averaging better than 6 yards per carry. Second down and 7. Simon to the air, a back shoulder throw, and it's incomplete. Little hand fighting there, and a late flag comes in. Pass was intended for Kajaya Holloway. Davin Martin in coverage, and
Holloway definitely wants the ball, but you know,
defense number 3, automatic, 1st down.
So he wanted the back shoulder throw on that with Simon, you know, but he gets up the field and he knows he's going to throw back shoulder. He comes out of his break, and
that was pretty easy.
Touchy. Yeah, that was a simple call. We didn't need much for that.
Grab that inside shoulder pad and don't let go where he can't turn around. So that puts the ball at midfield for Temple, trying to answer the opening score from UTSA. Best game of the year for Evan Simon was the season opener against UMass. He had 6 touchdown passes en route to being named American Conference Player of the Week. UTSA showing pressure from the outside as Pee Wee steps up, but a good read that time by Evan Simon. An RPO look. He just flipped it to Colin Chase, who goes for 1st down yardage.
And a lot of teams doing that, you know. They're running the RPO, but instead of throwing the ball, you know, or pitching it to him, they're just throwing it up the field, you know, get the tight end going or the wide receiver going on the outside from the jet sweep and allow him to go out there and play. You stop the run, they throw the pass. It's really hard to defend those RPOs.
You know, Pee Wee showed pressure early there, and it made the read pretty easy that time for Evan Simon. Temple to the 35-yard line. You're going to see motion and movement on almost every snap from this Temple offense. Another RPO look. Simon looking down the field and dumps it off to a tight end. Big play here for Temple inside the 15. That's Peter Clark with his 9th catch of the year. He gets it all the way down to the 13-yard line for Temple.
That's a great play call by him because they showed his motion, they pulled the tackle around, but then that tight end leaks out late and it's man-to-man, and nobody had a man-to-man because he was blocking to start the play. Great concept by this Temple offense.
Offensive coordinator for Casey Keeler is Tyler Walker. A year ago, he was calling plays for Montana State. Made it all the way to the national championship game, a team that went 15-1 a year ago. Swing pass to Ducker out of the backfield. He's run out of bounds for a short gain, if any. Shad Banks Jr., really good player there from that jack linebacker spot, comes up and makes the tackle.
He's all over the field, but I tell you what, with all this motion and everything, it really puts a defense in a quandrum because you don't know where the strength is going to be because they can easily send it to another side. So once you pass that center, it really changes your number count as a defense. So you have to make the right decision.
No gain on the 1st down throw. 2nd and 10 for Temple from the 13. Ryder Cush motioned across the formation. They fake it to Ducker. Simon looking for a throwback. Lobs it toward the end zone. Incomplete. Batted away at the last second. Really good coverage that time by Jimmy Wyrick. coming up from his safety spot to bat it away.
That was great coverage, but it was an even better ball throwing to the tight end, giving them an opportunity to go make a play. Just give your guys a chance. But they did read the play right, and they had a bracket over the top of the tight end on the backside.
Temple has moved it down the field to the 13, but no gain on first down, an incomplete pass on second down. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Owls. Simon fakes it, takes to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Trying that time to hook up with Colin Chase. Again, good coverage at the pylon by UTSA, and that's going to bring the field goal team on for Temple.
Yeah, I mean, we do know that he trusts his wide receivers and tight ends, so here he just goes with a back shoulder throw. But I'm really surprised they're not using Simon more as a runner in the run game because, this UTSA defense, they really can run. They really can, change direction. So using him would probably open up a couple more things for that offense.
Carl Harden on to try the field goal. A 31-yard attempt. He'll kick it from the 21. And he slips it inside that right upright, and Temple is on the board. They would have liked 7. They get 3. Both teams scoring on their opening possessions. A 73 lead for UTSA over Temple after one possession for both teams. Jeff Traylor has been the head coach at UTSA since 2020. 48 wins, 22 losses. Longtime high school coach in East Texas at Gilmer High School. Won 3 state championships 4 times. He was named the Texas High School Coach of the Year in Class 4A. Won 87% of his games at Gilmer.
Unbelievable.
Marion Peterson is the deep man on the return. Will Henderson the third, actually the deepest, and Henderson will once again see it sail over his head. Owen McCown, the quarterback for UTSA, but he is not the first McCown to have a relationship. Randy McCown played quarterback at Texas A&M. That's Owen's uncle. Josh McCown, his dad, third-round pick, 18 seasons in the NFL. Luke McCown, also with Cleveland and others, 12 seasons in the NFL. This is a football family. All three McCown brothers were coached by Jeff Traylor as an assistant in the 90s when he was at Jacksonville High before his time here at UTSA. Will Henderson in the backfield alongside McCown. McCown to the air on first down for a short gain. Dan Dishman on the catch that time.
You know, speaking of McCown, you know, his pops actually played here in Philadelphia, and during that time, they would allow his dad to leave, fly back to Texas, and call the game. He was a coach for call the game and then fly back in enough time to play in the game on Sunday. Every weekend they did it.
Not an arrangement that you hear about all the time. McCown to the air, this one incomplete. On the slant, trying to get it to A.J. Wilson, who is finally healthy and is getting better in this offense for UTSA.
Yeah, they're trying to really get these receivers going. You know, nobody's really stepped up because they haven't had all of a full complement of guys together, whether it be through injury or getting caught up in the offense. They're really looking right now for some guys to break out for them and become big-time players for them.
Third down play coming up here. 3rd and 6. McCown looking. Time, and now he's flushed. He runs out of time. He runs out of space, and McCown goes down.
Really good rush concept in the middle of the defense. They slanted and was able to fall back behind, and they had a free blocker. He just couldn't get off to get the linebacker, but as he goes around, you know, it just goes to show. He just keeps him, makes him pull it down, and you know, that's what they have to do. Keep McCown inside the pocket, that defense. If they can do that, then they can go out there and hunt when you're a defensive lineman. You could then put pressure on McCown from the inside.
Javon Brown and Sultan Badmus got there with bad intentions. Time to punt. It's Cale Hogan punting it away. JoJo Bermuda is driven back to about the 25, looking to make something happen in the open field. He gets to the outside. Now wants to cut it back to the middle of the field. A flag comes in. Bermudez still on his feet across midfield. He's to the 30, all the way down to the 20-yard line, but this one probably coming back.
To start off, it was a great punt. And for him to get back and even, you know, secure the ball as a catch. But then afterwards, you know, the blocking was pretty good. And, of course, you know, a flag comes out. You don't want to see that.
Well, if you're UTSA, you do.
Yeah, right.
But if you're a Temple fan, you certainly don't want to see it after that big return by Bermudez. A 60-yard punt with a 60-yard return all the way to the 19-yard line of UTSA. Our officiating crew talking about this one. Casey Keeler hoping they decide to pick it up.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block. Receiving team number 10. Half the distance to the goal. First down, Temple.
So not just a holding call that cost you 10, but a personal foul. So instead of starting this drive at the UTSA 19, they'll be back inside the 15-yard line to begin this drive.
So fast, so quick, you know, his lateral movement. But he turns around. I mean, I think that's a good block. But then I don't see where the
Correction, the foul is on number 19 of Temple.
The first one. It looked like he was in front of him on the play. And it's not reviewable.
All right.
That's kind of iffy.
That's an illegal blindside block.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, he wasn't blindside. He knew he was there.
It looked like he got to the front side of the shoulder pad, but regardless, Temple from their own 9-yard line. Movement up front.
Get into a real sloppy game, and this is something that, you know, either team can afford, but especially not Temple. They're still learning who they are as a team under Coach Key.
With contact. Defense number 88. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Cam Blaylock in the middle of that defensive line that jumped and made contact, so a 5-yard penalty.
You know, speaking of Coach Keeler, he's one of those guys, you know, he's trying to develop a culture here in the cherry and white. He wants to make sure this team, you know, falls into line. And, you know, once they do that, they could be pretty good, because if they can recruit this northeast area, there's some athletes out here.
That's the focus for Casey Keeler from a recruiting standpoint, this mid-Atlantic area. There's a pitch to the outside to Ducker after the bobbled snap, and boy, Ducker does a good job, ends up getting first down yardage. Blackshire and Grays combined on the tackle. He talked about up to Connecticut, down to Virginia, and west to Ohio. Casey Keeler did, in terms of the recruiting footprint. And then he built his staff around guys with familiarity with this area.
Because there are a lot of athletes. Right now, Syracuse and Rutgers are really trying to take the bulk of those type of players. Here, they can definitely play, given an opportunity.
1st and 10, Simon pressured. He'll just toss it away. Let's check in downstairs with Maria.
Casey Keeler wants to recruit the Northeast, and the first one being that he looked back at the Temple teams that had success, and their recruiting footprint was predominantly from that Northeast area that you mentioned, Richard. In addition, Casey Keeler himself is from the Northeast, so he's seen guys play really good football in this area, so he's hoping that he can get those guys here at Temple and have success with them.
Casey Keeler spent 10 years as the head coach at Delaware. He was referencing that time period when Matt Rule was here at Temple. Hunter Smith on the carry, his first carry of the game, the 5th-year senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. D3 coach at Rowan University, spent 9 seasons there and had 7 appearances in the Division III playoffs. Went from Rowan to Delaware, where he won a national championship. He was fired at Delaware after 10 seasons. Remember, won that national championship in 2003 and was out of coaching for a year. Spent some time in the broadcast booth, also did some work with NFL films on the NFL Edge matchup show. A broken tackle and a first down there. Kajaya Holloway on the catch and a first down. See, 11 years at Delaware with the national title. Had that 1 season out before he was hired by Sam Houston State. When he first went to Sam Houston, he recognized that maybe the investment necessary was not there. The administration at Sam Houston State made a commitment to him and to the football program. He made it pay off with the national championship in 2020. 273 career wins for Casey Keeler. That is the 2nd most among active coaches when you talk about coaching at all levels of the NCAA. Only Brian Kelly at LSU has more. Simon in trouble, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Nana Anyawu with the tackle.
That's tough, trying to, you know, sit in the pocket. You know, he had plenty of time to go up there. But you look at, you know, Coach right now, one of the oldest active players in FBS. He's done it, and he's got, you know, something about him that these younger guys, these younger players really want to be in his system.
Gave credit to Kurt Cignetti at Indiana for making it cool for old coaches to get head jobs again. Of course, Kurt Cignetti says all you got to do is Google me. He wins, and that's what Casey Keeler has done throughout his career as well.
They're different athletes these days. You know, they want to know why. You know, and with the portal, you know, if you make a guy unhappy, they can just leave. And I like the fact that, you know, Coach Keeler has established something here that guys are staying. Guys want to play for him.
He was very clear when we visited with him yesterday. He said, I'm not going to call a play, not on the offensive side, not on the defensive side. I trust my coaches. I'm going to empower my coordinators. My job is to be the CEO of this program. They put it on the ground, and there's not much there for Hunter Smith on 3rd down. That UTSA defense, that time led by Kendrick Blackshire with the 3rd down stop.
They're running a great system right here. You know, they're covering the guards and the center, and then they're able to, you know, either stymie them there or push back, and, you know, penetration kills run plays. So they're getting enough up front and pushing them back. They're not allowing that running back to see where to go, and they end up getting these tackle for losses just because the intensity at the spearhead of the defense, right over the nose.
Elliot Bro is the return man. Dante Atten is the punter from Melbourne, Australia. He's another punter out of Pro Kick Australia. But he is not just a rugby-style punter. They really like his straight-on punting. They've been working on that. An interesting story. The first time he played in a football game was the first punt that he had here at Temple.
What?
How about that?
That's incredible, you know. But they, you know, this team was built up. They call it the United Nations because they have so many different countries that are representing from these players. From Australia, you know, you name it, they have some here.
7 different countries in which Temple players come from. See Atten there, got a couple of Canadians. Peter Clark from England, the tight end who has a catch. Germany, Nigeria, and the Tonga. That's a lot of dudes from a lot of places.
Absolutely.
Perhaps the final play of the first quarter. 7 seconds on the clock as McCown hands it off. That's Robert Henry Jr. trying to get to the outside. And Henry will high step out of bounds after a gain of about 7. Run out of bounds by Dante Pollard, and that is the end of the first quarter. UTSA scored on the opening drive. They marched at 75 yards for a touchdown. Temple answered with a field goal on their first possession. 7-3 our score after 15 minutes. A busy sports weekend in Philly. We've got Temple and UTSA going right now. Devils, Flyers, hockey in progress just across the parking lot. This evening, Dodgers and Phillies get game 1 of the division series going over at Citizens Bank Park. And then tomorrow afternoon, the Broncos and the Eagles. 1 Eastern at kickoff. Crowd may be a little bigger tomorrow than it is right now for this one.
Great day to be a Philadelphia fan here.
Yeah, Philly sports fans flying pretty high right now. Eagles off to another good start. Of course, the reigning Super Bowl champs, and you got the Phillies. Outstanding season for them.
It looks like Temple's defense is starting to step up a little bit. You know, they're keeping them kind of contained just by plugging all the holes, making sure the defensive line is getting up the field, creating penetration, but then pushing them back in as much as they can to keep from the big play.
3rd down and 3. UTSA trying to keep this drive alive. Owen McCown finished last season absolutely on fire. He gets a completion there, enough for the 1st down. In the last 7 games last season, 2,114 yards and 15 touchdown passes. Roadrunners went 5-2 in those final 7 games. Wins over FAU, Memphis, North Texas, this Temple team, and then Coastal Carolina in their bowl game. The 2 losses were by a combined 6 points as they get McCown outside, and an easy completion for him there to Devin McEwen, just short of the 1st down. Pooh Lawton on the tackle.
They show boot, they boot to the left, and then turns around. They run a little sail route, and then they have a comeback, and he hits the comeback from the separation that was created from the comeback.
One thing that UTSA has not done much this year is run Owen McCown. Came into this game with just 12 carries on the year. He is athletic, and they would like to be able to run him more, but not much experience in terms of a backup quarterback as Henry pounds his way close to a 1st down.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with why you don't do that. You know, you can't put your quarterback at risk if you don't have, you know, almost need a veteran guy that's played a lot in order to do that, because McCown is such a vital piece to this offense. You can't afford to get him hit, you know, that much.
Top 2 backups from a year ago. Both transferred out of the program. Hard count and a straight ahead run. And that may not have been enough. Needed to get the ball across the 45, almost to the 46-yard line. We'll check the spot.
That was a big tight end in there to be the quarterback. They take McCown out, and they run a tush push with him.
So Patrick Overmeyer, you see there, number 9, came in at the quarterback spot for that play. Offense staying on the field right now for UTSA on 4th and 1 from their own 45-yard line. Roadrunners in front, 7-3. McCown fakes it on the bootleg, may take off and try to make a play, dives forward for the 1st down, out to the 47-yard line. He needed the 46.
And once again, I tell you, that's what you have in McCown. You know, like I say, he's a lot better athlete than his pops, but you get him out there in space. But look, he has another gear that he can go out there and run way better as pops Josh, you know. So that athleticism, they need to harness it a little bit more to score a little bit more, because I really think he's that good out in space.
What did Josh McCown do to you? He's just catching strays left and right.
No, that's my guy. I mean, you know, I covered him for, you know, the year and a half that he was here.
Amador is the motion man. He's at the top of the screen. McCown, good time, throws it down the field, and it is caught. Hauled in by Houston Thomas, a diving effort. Was able to survive the ground, and that's a 1st down for UTSA.
That's that veteran offensive line stepping up, not getting a lot of penetration and pass rush on them. They bowled their backs up, gave his quarterback time to go down to his 4th read. You know, this is going across the field. That's his 4th read in that progression. Great job by that offensive line.
Thomas able to keep that hand under the football. Will Henderson is now in the backfield. They give it to Henderson off the right side, and he's got room out to the 35-yard line. Dante Pollard on the tackle. Good first down gain there for the Roadrunners.
And as you know, it's not necessarily thunder and lightning with Henry and Henderson, but I'll tell you what, you got a track star in Henderson. He can pick him up and put him down. And that dynamic, correlation between both running backs gives this defense some more to look at as far as stopping this offense.
You'll see Henderson lined up a lot in the slot and bring him in motion so that they can try to get him to the outside with speed sweeps. Jeff Traylor said they're going to work on getting him some more carries between the tackles as well. Henderson out of the backfield. This pass complete. And that should be enough for a first down. David Amador on the catch.
Runs across and just secures it. That's just McCown just really knowing that his guys will go out there and make a play for him. I like the way he bends him out and then goes up and secures the ball before he goes down.
It's the 11th play of the drive.
And right there they ran the duo play. And the duos, they're trying to establish, double team blocks. But what Temple's defense is doing, they're trying to cover everybody up so they don't have a double team. But Henry's good enough that he can pick out where he needs to go, or Henderson can pick out where he wants to go with it. But once he does see it, he hits it.
Barrett, you've talked a lot about duo. It's something they focused on in the offensive kind of planning during the offseason. So you're talking about a pair of double teams and then a read for the back. Is that right?
Yes, a pair of double teams. See, most plays, especially like inside and outside zone, that was a heck of a throw right there.
McCown stands in and throws a strike to the tight end Dishman.
So when you have duo, you're trying to get a double team everywhere you can. So right here, they get a double team between the guard and the center, get up to him, and the backside guard or tackle. They get that. Now you're not forcing this running back to go right or left. He can pick where he wants to go and how he wants to go inside and make plays.
First down for UTSA. The give is once again to Henderson, just picking his way through traffic inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Patient run.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, this becomes with running duo. Get those double teams, get on the outside, push guys out. But then that offensive line is just showing how they're veteran guys that understand, all right, it may not be the initial block, but if you keep going, they'll eventually get to you, and then you can get past these blocks and make some major yardage.
McCown looking to throw, delivers wide open in the end zone. That is a touchdown. Patrick Overmeyer on the reception. That is his first touchdown catch of the season. It's now 13-3, UTSA in front.
That's a great read by McCown. He gives his offense a chance by understanding they're going to blitz off that side. He's going to throw into the blitz and was able to hit the tight end. They run the running back out, pulls a couple people out, but then he throws right in behind that blitz, which allows the touchdown.
Petro on for the extra point, the redshirt sophomore from Flower Mound, Texas. Hatfield to snap, Hogan to hold it. Operation is good, and it's now 14-3. That's the second long scoring drive in this game for UTSA. McCown with a touchdown pass to Overmeyer for the score. Oh. big-time drive for UTSA. 14 plays, 81 yards, over 7.5 minutes off the clock. And an 11-point lead for the Roadrunners, 14-3 over Temple in the American opener for these two teams. Tyler Stewart and Hunter Smith, the return men, and this one is returnable. Stewart still on his feet, trying to get to the outside, and he's finally wrestled down at the 25-yard line. Same place it would have been if he had just waved his hand over his head and said fair catch. We're back with the football for Temple right after this. Temple offense onto the field, trailing 14-3. You get a look there at Tyler Walker, the offensive coordinator for the Owls in his first season. Had no relationship with Casey Keeler. But Keeler, in putting together his staff, spent time watching a lot of film of coaches that he thought did offensively what he wanted to do. Montana State was in the middle of their playoff run a year ago. Good read there by Simon as he pulls it and completes it to Colin Chase out near the 30-yard line. Tyan Milton on the tackle. Had a special season going. Montana State did a year ago with Tyler Walker calling the plays. They were 41 points per game, averaged 478 yards, 295 per game on the ground. Led that offense with Tommy Mellott as his quarterback to the national championship game a year ago. And Casey Keeler has a relationship with Dan Lanning going a long way back, and was talking, kind of texting and talking late at night with Lanning about offensive coordinator possibilities. Casey Keeler had kind of zeroed in on Tyler Walker, and Lanning sent him some video of Montana State, said, hey, you ought to look at this guy. I really like him. So I don't know if it was confirmation bias or just confirmation of a good call. They were thinking along the exact same lines. And for the last 9 months, Tyler Walker has been here in Philadelphia installing this new offensive system and philosophy. Got movement up front.
Well, you know, I mean, what makes this offense so hard to really shut down is really because, you know, so much movement. And when you take one player and move them to the opposite side, you
Offside. Defense number 17, jumping into the neutral zone, causing the offense to false start. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
But instead of 3rd and 6, now 3rd and 1 for this Temple offense that needs something to happen on this drive.
They have to score this drive, you know, I mean, just to, you know, for themselves, number one, but just to, you know, show this defense that we can go out there and you know, do what we want to do. They need to start imposing their will on these guys. They don't have a problem with moving the ball if they don't make mistakes, and that's the problem. They've made a couple mistakes these last 2 drives.
3rd down and 1. Temple needs a yard to keep the drive moving. They put it on the ground, and they cannot find that yard. Leading the way, Brandon Tucker.
Right up the middle. They get that penetration. And if you look at it, you know, there's too many offensive linemen that are standing there looking at the play from the backside. This is just man-on-man up front and just penetrating, and they bring the backer. So, you know, you got to stay on your guy, and this offensive line are not staying on the guys they're intending to block. The one-on-one blocks are getting beaten by the defensive line, and it's really showing up front, you know, who has the better in the trenches on this side of the ball.
Atten punts a low sidewinder away that takes a Temple roll inside the 20, inside the 15, all the way down to the 13-yard line. Not the prettiest punt, but effective for Dante Atten and Temple. Jeff Traylor told us that he wanted better play from his quarterback. He has gotten it. McCown 11 of 12 today, including 6 of 6 on the last drive, and really has done a good job standing in with pressure in his face.
Absolutely. You know, even on this last touchdown, they send the blitz. He throws inside the blitz. His confidence right now is at an all-time high, and he's showing it. Temple better watch out. They need to get a stop here because it can get out of hand really, really quick, especially the way McCown is playing. He's trusting his receivers. They're getting open for him, and that offensive line are blocking their butts off.
11 of 12 for 103 yards so far today for Owen McCown. They begin this drive from the 15. McCown to the air. That one dangerous. Got on McEwen in a hurry. Incomplete.
Yeah, that should have been a pick. You know, he was sitting right there to make the play. He just didn't turn his head around. But it was right there for the taking, you know.
Well, that could have changed this game in a hurry.
Absolutely. I mean, he should, instead of playing the player, he should have just played the ball. Maybe peeked at the quarterback.
The two scoring drives for UTSA in this game have lasted 8 minutes and 44 seconds and 7:21. McCown complete. Wow. And a touchdown saving tackle. That is a first down. But Adrian Lang, or was it Eric Stewart?
That was just a great play, just being able to get it. He gets it out of the ball. He sees that he has a one-on-one on the outside, and talking about a shoestring saving touchdown tackle. That was just a great tackle by him. But when you watch, you know, they're giving this defense so many things they need to look at. Misdirections.
I should have trusted Tom from the outset. Adrian Lang with the touchdown saving tackle, a first down and on the ground. Robert Henry, short gain there. Demaric Morris on the tackle.
Back to duo. I'll tell you what, Rich, they're running duo right now at any point, even with the defense that's supposed to stop duo, and that's, we call it double eagle or Navajo, when you cover the center and both guards with a defensive lineman and then have two overhang guys on the outside. They're even running against that because if one-on-one blocks them, they're still finding ways to get through there and pick holes in it.
Robert Henry, 10 carries for 41 yards. McCown looking to take a shot, throws it over the middle and incomplete. Another could have been interception for Temple. And that's really the first time today that McCown has been truly off the mark.
Absolutely, and look how much time he has. He's relaxed back there. Those guys are really confident in how they're able to block their guys one-on-one, and that's the big thing. When you have an offensive line that's confident, giving them time, getting their hands on defenders, and he can just step up like that, it really puts you in a safe place as a quarterback.
Was trying to get it to A.J. Wilson and overthrew him badly there. Big third down for this Temple defense. They've gotten to McCown once today. McCown trying to set up the screen. He just dumps it into the turf, and Temple does get that defensive stop. Pressure by Demaric Morris. Defensive tackle from Chicago that when Casey Keeler got this job,
no foul for intentional grounding.
Entered the transfer portal, went to Oklahoma State, had a cup of coffee, and was like, nope, I'm going back to Temple. And they're glad to have him.
No question. And all that play, you know, it was almost like the defensive line stopped rushing on it, and they read him so quick. So that's the offensive line's fault. They need to make sure that they invite him up a little more. Instead, they almost gave away too quick, and they were able to retract.
Remember, JoJo Bermudez has a 60-yard punt return that was wiped off the board by a questionable illegal block. He's not going to return this one. Instead, we'll call for the fair catch. 3:10 to go until halftime. Temple needs points.
They need points in the worst way. They've got to figure out what's going on in their offense to keep them from going down the field.
And right now they're in that zone where 2 for 1 is on the table. If they could drive down and score, they'll get the ball to start the second half.
And that's absolutely what they need. This offense needs to open up a little bit. Yes, they want to run the ball. They love to run the ball. That's their offense. You know, Day Ducker is a good player. But they've got to air it out a little bit, you know, so they can get those guys. If you look at it, they're so concentrated in the interior of that offensive line that they have to throw on the outside to open it up a little bit.
Those big boys, we don't call their names that much. Hills, King, Maines, Pruitt, and Barajas across that offensive line for Temple, and not much there on first down.
Of course, Rich, you don't want your name called when you're an offensive lineman because that is either you're in trouble with your holding call or a penalty, you jumped offside. So as long as you don't call your name, that means you're having a pretty good game.
I was trying to change that, though. I was trying to make it a good thing for those guys.
They got a little better. They have to get a little better at stopping penetration now. Those guys up front for the road runners are just imposing their will, pressing them back, really giving it to them right now. They got to stop the bleeding somehow.
2nd and 8, 2.5 minutes until halftime. Quick pass. That's Colin Chase, and he can't go anywhere. Good open field tackle that time by David Martin and Jamarius Lewis.
Both guys read the play very, very well. It didn't give that offensive tackle enough time to get out there and have the block on the guy that had him man-to-man.
Does the receiver have to help his offensive lineman try and work back to the inside there?
He has to do it a little bit. You have to make sure you do it. Give him an opportunity.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
2 plays ran over a minute off the clock. It's our 2-minute timeout. Temple with the ball down 14-3. 3rd and 8 when we come back. The American on ESPN Plus is home to 40-plus college football games, over 1,000 exclusive live events, and every American Conference championship throughout the season. For more information and to sign up, visit stream.espn.com. Alongside Barrett Brooks in the booth, I'm Richard Cross. Glad to be with you. Maria on the sidelines today. 14-3 our score. Big 3rd down coming really for both of these teams. For Temple trying to keep the drive alive. UTSA trying to get the ball back for their offense with time before the half. Evan Simon, 6 of 9 throwing the football, 56 yards. Simon stepping up. He's got room if he wants to run. He'll tuck it across the 20 to the 30. Out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion for the Owls.
Great decision by Simon. Seeing they didn't have anybody open, but he saw the integrity of the offensive line starting to break down a little bit in the pocket. What does he do? He pulls it down. He has opportunity to pass, but then running back Duck makes a great play by blocking him a little bit, getting the 1st down.
A little bit. Out to the 34, 1st and 10 for Temple. On the ground, Ducker makes the first man miss and then picks up a yard, but that is all.
Yeah, Rich, I think I see what's kind of going on right now. The offensive line are showing pass and run keys right now in their stance and how they're getting to the line of scrimmage. You know, I mean, a good defender will see that. You know, if you're light on your hand, it means pass. If you got too much forward, then it's a run play. And I can see that last play was a run play. This, of course, is the pass play.
Not a lot of urgency right now for Temple. Down to 1:15 until halftime. Simon steps up, dumps it off. That's complete out to the 39, but the clock will continue to run. Now Temple going to take a timeout.
They've got to jump set this defensive line instead of setting back. You know, you can't allow them to keep pressing them up the field.
Temple, they're first. 30 seconds.
Let's just go downstairs and check in with Maria.
Well, we saw Evan Simon do some good things so far on this drive, guys. When we talked to Tyler Walker, he said that people told him coming in that maybe Evan Simon couldn't do some things. Maybe he couldn't run the ball. But Tyler Walker said he's watched him and he's able to do whatever Walker needs him to do when he's asked of it. You saw that run right there. That's a prime example of it.
Thank you, Maria.
Absolutely, Maria. I mean, and he has that ability. He has the leadership for this team. He has everything you want from a quarterback. It's just right now he needs some help. The offensive line have to step up and stop the rush of this Roadrunner defense. They're allowing him to get up the field and get pressure.
Tyler Walker said to Evan Simon, I think you can do what we need you to do. But they did go out and get another quarterback in Giovanni McCoy, who came from Oregon State, was at Idaho before that. And he said to Simon, I think you can do everything we need you to do. Now I'm going to go recruit a guy to try and take your job. Simon knew what he meant there and took it as a challenge. And this was a battle all the way up until week 1. In fact, they did not announce a starter going into the first game of the season.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You don't want a false start coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, Rich, and that's exactly what they did need. You know, it's hard for them right now to get a play going and then to really make mistakes like that. It's really what you don't want. You know, Simon's a good quarterback, but there's not a lot of plays you can run with 3rd and 10 with some success.
There you see Giovanni McCoy on the sideline, the senior from Baldwin Hills, California. His 3rd collegiate stop. Simon on 3rd and 9. Gets to the outside. He could run it again if he wants to. Now he'll turn it up. And he's going to be short of the 1st down and maybe a little late on that decision to take off running. This time it's UTSA that takes the timeout.
They're first. 30 seconds.
You're right. He might have should have took a quicker decision on that. You know, he gets back and it still getting pressure on the outside. That's without a blitz. But then right when you see that, just go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go. Get, you know, the needed yards you can, as many yards as you can. And, you know, they might have been able to get a 1st down, but I know what he wants to do. He wants to push the ball down the field. Sure. He wants to make the big play, but there's just nobody open right now to help him. Really good defense shown right there.
4th and 1 from the 43. You remember earlier in this game, UTSA from its own 45 went for it on 4th and 1, and they converted. Might you roll the dice here if your Temple? Does not appear that's going to be the case as Atten jogs onto the field.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth, Rich. I've been watching this punt by Temple the past 3 times. And, you know, I know they're not showing it right now, but, I mean, they've been close. They're not even trying to rush the punter. And it's been close that they probably could have put their hands up and blocked it. So I'm anxious to see if they see something within the next couple punts to see if they can go after it.
All right, given that you get the ball first in the 2nd half, is this the right decision, punt it away?
I think so, yes. You know, I mean, let the time running out. Don't give them an opportunity to go back down and score. They haven't been able to stop their offense thus far. I think that was a great decision. But then if you watch that last punt, as I was saying, right at the last minute before the ball was kicked off his foot,
up the middle.
There's a guy in his face. Yeah. There's a guy in his face. And that kind of, you know, messes with a punter's psyche, number 1. But it gives those, you know, on our defensive side of the ball, an opportunity to say, all right, we might be able to block this.
40-yard punt, fair catch, no return. UTSA with 50 seconds to go has the ball with the lead from their own 17. We'll see how aggressive Jeff Traylor elects to be with his veteran quarterback Owen McCown. Couple of timeouts still remaining for UTSA. They started out on the ground, and one of those deals where if you burst a big one, perhaps you then try to get into a hurry-up mode. But when you get 2 yards on first down, looks like you're content to go into the locker room with the lead.
Yeah, they're content, you know, and it's the right decision right now for them to not make a mistake.
Now McCown throws over the middle, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 24 seconds until the half. It was intended for Will Henderson III. Javon Brown was there in coverage.
I think now that they see that they're going to pass the ball a little bit, they put their NASCAR rushers in. These are the smaller linebacker-esque type of guys to try to rush the pass, get some pressure on McCown.
Third and 8 for UTSA. McCown, pressure in the face, gets to the outside. Still looking downfield. A flag comes in behind the play. A late flag there. McCown has first down yardage on the run, but we'll see.
Holding. Offense number 55. Half your distance for the goal. Third down.
That's Kamar, Missouri. And I actually think that flag was on the initial pressure, but it wasn't until McCown was almost to the sideline that you saw it come in.
Yeah, it was kind of late, you know. You look, they got their NASCAR practice here. These are the edge rushers more so than anything, you know, guys that can get up the field, usually on the outside defensive ends. But you put them in to rush the pass in the inside, it's really hard on those guards because those guards aren't used to playing out in space like the tackles are, and blocking those quicker guys, you know, is kind of, you know, something that it's hard for those guys to deal with.
Just 14 seconds until halftime. Would imagine UTSA just runs the football here, but we'll see. 3rd and 17. Deep in their own territory. There is the handoff. Not much, and Temple will take its second timeout. They will force UTSA to punt, and with a guy like JoJo Bermudez that you can put out there at punt return, certainly makes sense to take that timeout.
It definitely makes sense because he's been very, very close to breaking one, you know. And as you as a return guy, that you can get those guys hype right now. It's like, hey, let's return one. Let's return one. Get them on board to making a big play. And he's so fast and so quick. This could become one, you know, one in which they can go out there and make some things happen. Give them something to go into halftime happy about.
And you can't help but wonder how different this game might feel. And again, it's only an 11-point game. If you don't get that illegal crackback block on the punt return that completely flipped the field for Temple. It was called back. It was a 60-yard punt return that was wiped off the board.
A huge play that could have really made a difference on their whole outlook on how this game was going.
There's an emphasis for Casey Keeler on high-level special teams. It's like Temple, they try to go after this one. Punt is away. It's going to hit and take a roll. And that is going to take us to halftime. Roll the dice on trying to get a punt block there and a cheap score before the break. You don't get it. Temple will go into the locker room down 11 at the half, but they will get the ball to start the second half.
The end of the first half.
This is a game in which both sides have had opportunities. It's just who's going to take the opportunity to take it to the next level.
Maria Tribal Peace has got Jeff Traylor on the field.
Coach, you said your defense has been getting better with every single game. They hold Temple to just 3 in that first half. What have you liked from them?
Yeah, first drive, they schooled us pretty good. They had a lot of great play calls and had a great drive. But since then, we've adjusted. Been really good on offense, too. We've executed very well. We just hadn't had the ball very much because we're taking a long time to score, and they've had the ball quite a bit as well.
In particular on offense, Owen McCown looks like he's settled in. What have you liked from him?
Yeah, he's just really locked in, and our line's done a great job protecting him and made some great throws and some great catches.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate y'all. Take care.
Guys.
Owen McCown, 12 of 17 for 118 yards and a touchdown. His Roadrunners in front at the half, 14-3 in the American Conference opener for both UTSA and Temple.
to Studio A, I'm Maria Tribal-Peace. It was really tough picking top plays this week because, oh my goodness, did our student athletes show out. But ultimately, here's what we went with. We'll start with Charlotte women's soccer. They're all tied up with North Texas. Evie Craven will have the ball. Fancy footwork, using her left foot, then striking it to the back of the net. I love creativity, and that's what Tulsa brought against Tulane. Keep your eye on the football. Baylor Hayes eventually gets it, fires the ball to Grayson Tempest, who makes the catch. It's been fun watching North Texas and their offense this entire season, but in particular, it's been fun watching Caleb Hawkins because he can do things like this. Dodging multiple defenders, then he's going to use his strength to push through and fall into the end zone. We talked about creativity, so how about we also highlight some sheer strength on the soccer pitch? That is Humphrey Doe striking that ball. We have to watch it again just to see how far out he actually is. Oh my goodness. Tulsa wasn't the only football team with some tricks up their sleeve. East Carolina brought some as well. That looked like it was going to be a field goal, but no, it's a fake. Kyler Pearson runs it in for a touchdown. If you see a top play this week, make sure you use the hashtag American Top Plays on social. Keep it right here. We have more coming up for you on ESPN+. Welcome into Studio A. I'm Maria Tribalpiece. Temple football's recent trip to take on Georgia Tech afforded the Owls a unique opportunity to visit the College Football Hall of Fame in downtown Atlanta. In 2018, Paul Palmer, the all-time leading rusher in Temple history and 1986 Heisman Trophy runner-up, became the first Temple player inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. 7 years later, Palmer, now the radio analyst for the Owls, had the opportunity to relive some of his greatest moments and make the case for the induction of his fellow Temple Owl, John Rienstra.
I kind of felt emotional, like tears of joy all over again. It's incredible. It's incredible. I think that the biggest thing that has been impressed upon me since being in the Hall of Fame and being around like my Temple family and Temple friends and teammates is the fact that everyone is happy about it. It's not an individual achievement at all because I had incredible teammates on top of that too. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I'm the one, but I believe when Rienstra gets in, I'm going to be happy and proud. People that know me and people that know my friends, they realize the amount of pride that we have in the fact that we went to Temple University. I can't be who I am if I didn't have people like John Rienstra around me. For me to get in the Hall of Fame is awesome for Temple University, and from a personal standpoint, obviously awesome for me, but I think that Big John should absolutely be in the College Football Hall of Fame as well. For his body of work, Outland Trophy, All-American, first-round draft pick, I'm thankful and blessed that I had the opportunity to go to Temple University and that I had the opportunity to play alongside and run behind a person like John Rienstra. He was a great football player, really great football player.
Stay tuned for second half action here on ESPN+. Studio A, I'm Maria Tribal-Peace. Every week, we've been taking time to highlight the conference's top performers in American's Best. The Offensive Player of the Week in women's soccer was Memphis's Ashley Henderson. Henderson led the Tigers to a pair of conference wins last week. In a 3-0 win over South Florida on Thursday, the junior scored the second goal of the match. Then against number 25 Rice on Sunday in Houston, Henderson assisted on the first goal and scored in the 58th minute in a 2-0 victory. The men's soccer Offensive Player of the Week is Memphis's Eben McIntyre. McIntyre was instrumental in the comeback win over Tulsa, scoring the game-winning goal in the 76th minute, while also adding an assist. Volleyball Setter of the Week is South Florida's Reagan Richardson. Richardson led the Bulls to a 2-0 conference opening weekend, pacing South Florida with 12.38 assists per set. Football's Offensive Player of the Week is Memphis's Greg DeWosier. DeWosier rushed for a career-high 204 yards and 3 touchdowns on 19 carries to lead Memphis to a 55-26 win at Florida Atlantic. The Tigers remain unbeaten at 5-0 and have extended the nation's longest active winning streak to 9 games. For more on the Americans Weekly Awards, you can visit our website at theamerican.org. Keep it right here. We have more coming up for you on ESPN+.
Each year, the global Bristol-Myers Squibb workforce comes together to demonstrate its long-standing commitment to cancer research through the Coast to Coast for Cancer Ride. The tradition began in 2014, and earlier this week, 100 Bristol-Myers Squibb employees officially completed their cross-country journey as part of a charity bike ride, Coast to Coast for Cancer, to raise money for the V Foundation for Cancer Research. This was a 27-day coast-to-coast ride, which started in Oregon and covered 3,000 miles to reach the New Jersey coastline. The final team passed through Pennsylvania just a few days ago on their way to the shore and reached the finale of the ride on Wednesday. If you would like to learn more about the ride or make a donation, please visit cancerbikeride.org.
Yes. 3,000 miles on a bike? Hello. All right, time for the second half from Lincoln Financial Stadium in Philadelphia. It is the American opener for UTSA and Temple, and we've got UTSA in front 14-3 at the half. Temple will get the ball to start this second half. Tyler Stewart, Hunter Smith, the return men in the cherry and white uniforms for the Temple Owls. Kick once again going to go into the end zone. Temple will start from their 25. Just moments ago, Maria caught up with Casey Keeler, head coach of Temple.
Coach, your team was held to just 3 points in that first half. How do you generate offense in the second 2 quarters?
We didn't talk about any of that. What we talked about is, for the first time in 10 months, I was embarrassed to be the football coach. The effort that we showed is not Temple football. And we have to get back to running on and off the field. We have to play every snap like it's our last. And we have to leave this field either with a win or feeling good about who we are as a team. That was embarrassing that first half. Thank you.
Strong words from Casey Keeler in his first year as the head coach at Temple. He has talked about establishing culture and toughness, and Jay Ducker going to carry it first to start this second half. Barrett.
Woo! I'm sorry, Rich, but that's what I'm talking about. That's building culture. That's him saying, guys, we're going to put this line in the dirt. If you're going to cross this line with me, then come on. But if you're going to play like you play like this, you stay on the other side of this line. I love this. I know I'm supposed to be talking about this offense, but I'm talking about the culture in which Casey Keeler is establishing right now in the cherry and white.
Play action over the middle. That is complete to the tight end. What a catch. And then the rumble. That may be some of what Casey Keeler was talking about.
That's exactly what
pulling it in.
That's exactly what that is. I'm going to come out, and I'm just going to hit you in the mouth. Regardless of what you do to me, I'm hitting you in the mouth. Here it is, just a little seam route by the tight end. He knows he's going to get hit. He catches it. He doesn't care. He's going to keep running. That's the type of effort you need when you're a coach. You want guys to play just like that.
Well, he dragged Blackshire for about 15 yards. UTSA may have gotten away with the face mask there initially as well. Ducker looking for the cutback lane. He gets it to the outside and gets down to the 30-yard line. Chad Banks Jr. on the tackle.
That's what they're looking for, that type of effort. The motivation the coach can give you, especially, from guys that, we've just been around each other for the past, 7, 8 months right now. This is the effort that you try to coach. This is the effort which you want them to think about as they go forward in the season.
Simon on the handoff. Not much there on second down. Ty Leonard with the tackle. The redshirt junior from Houston, another out of North Shore. That is a high school that has been good to this UTSA program. Big third down coming up here. And you wonder if, based on what Casey Keeler said, if they're in two-down territory right now.
Well, of course, we're talking about a team that wants to go out there and impose their will. He's going to put in the guys up front, the offensive line. You guys set the tone of this team. Where you go, this team goes. So hopefully they respond in the manner in which he wants.
Chase the motion man. The give is to Ducker, and he's going to pick his way across the 32, and that's enough. Excuse me, across the 27. There is a flag down.
77. 10-yard penalty, third down.
So what would have been a first down is wiped away.
Holding call. And that's also a part of the culture. Too many mistakes by actually both teams. But Temple right now are trying to learn what it is to be an Owl team that, you know, under Coach Keeler. So you can't have those type of mistakes.
So the ball back to the 39. Got to take it across the 20, almost to the 27-yard line. Simon from the gun. Pressure coming from the outside. Steinman, that back shoulder throw, and that ball is caught by Kajaya Halloway.
Supreme confidence. Back shoulder throw on the outside. Simon said, look, I'm going to deliver this ball. I'm not worried about anything. I see an open receiver. I'm going to throw him open. He's able to adjust, get back around, catch the ball, complete the first down. Let's keep the sticks moving.
That back shoulder throw so hard to defend when it is thrown in the right spot and you got one-on-one coverage. Halloway coming off a big game against Georgia Tech. He had 5 catches, 2 of them for touchdowns. Ooh, good backside pursuit. Ducker run down from behind by Owen Pee-wee.
Right now they're blitzing. They want to stop the bleeding. They understand what's at stake right now. This offense, they're trying to do something to stop them, because if they can allow them, if they allow them to go and score, then the road runner defense are like, all right, we don't want to play, you know, on the back of our heels. We've got to initiate this. So they sent a blitz, a run blitz from the outside, and they weren't able to zone read it because he was there to make the play.
Pee-wee, the junior out of Cypress Park, Texas, originally from Liberia, had a 6-tackle game against Colorado State 2 weeks ago. Opening drive of this second half. Simon delivers complete. That is Colin Chase on the catch. He's run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Going to be 1st and goal as Kendrick Blackshire ran him out of bounds.
Great play right here. They ran like a spacing play. They ran a deep 9 route, and then from the backside, they have a stop right there. He was able to deliver the ball and keep the chains moving.
Eighth play of the drive. It's already taken 4.5 minutes to start this third quarter. They give it to Ducker. He runs into a wall of white jerseys at the 7-yard line. Jeremiah Buxton, beg your pardon, Jamian Buxton was the first one there.
But it wasn't a tackle for loss. They were able to stop guys at the line of scrimmage. They didn't get a lot of penetration, but he was, you know, the running back was able to get around the corner and at least have positive yardage. Not every play is going to be a first down, but you can nickel and dime a team, push them back, and, you know, really keep the sticks moving doing that.
Holloway at the top of your screen. Chase in motion, tight to the formation, but the handoff is to Ducker, and he is corralled from behind. Well, those big defensive linemen. Buxton in on the play again, as was Damian Wimberly.
You know, Rich, you know, you talked about it earlier in this drive. Is this 4-down territory? I truly believe it. They don't score on this play that they're going to go for it. They're not going to kick the field goal. They got to show
field goal makes it a 1-score game.
They got to show toughness.
Okay.
An attitude right now.
We'll see what happens on 3rd down here from the 8. 3rd and goal. Empty backfield. Simon steps up, delivers on time. It's down to the 1, into the end zone. Touchdown. JoJo Bermudez hauls it in for the score.
Great toughness. Great toughness by JoJo. He knew he was going to get hit. Absorbed the hit and scored. This is a Temple team that coach is looking for. He gets it out. He knows he's going to give it to the out route. Gets it to him. Knows he's getting a hit and still scores. This is the attitude that they talked about at halftime. Not the plays, not execution, but toughness.
How about Evan Simon on that drive? 4 of 4 for 76 yards. Carl Harden to try the extra point. It's good, and it's now a 4-point game. I think that is exactly what Casey Keeler was looking at when he talked about Temple playing with effort. 10 plays, 75 yards. We got a 1-score game in Philly. 14-10, UTSA leads it over Temple. Temple marches down and scores on their opening drive. Maria, what was that Temple sideline like after the strong words from Casey Keeler?
Well, it was a lot different than it was in the first half, Richard. There is just a newfound energy on this Temple sideline. All the guys are on their feet. They're jumping up and down. After that touchdown was scored, there were multiple guys in the air, and Casey Keeler was fired up. Keeler himself seems to be pacing even more up and down the sideline. So some strong words, but certainly helping this Temple team.
This kickoff will sail over the head of Will Henderson III, and so now it is UTSA's turn. You get that emotion and you get that fire coming out of the locker room sometimes after a big speech. And some coaches say halftime adjustments are overrated. That doesn't seem like that was about adjustments, but almost questioning manhood.
That's exactly what it was, Rich.
But can you sustain that through the entirety of the second half? We'll see.
If this is the culture that he wants to establish, they better play in this manner. This is what he wants his whole program to be about.
Owen McCown and Robert Henry Jr. in the backfield. Little sidearm delivery to Henry, and he is slung down. Eric Stewart, the middle linebacker, making the tackle.
And that was great, you know, not just on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively. They say, look, I'm going man-to-man, mano-a-mano. Walker was able to get out there and make the play. Stewart, Stewart has him man-to-man. Their best player on offense, man-to-man. He had to go up and make a play. The first half, I don't know if he would necessarily been able to do that because he wasn't playing with the same fire he's playing with right now. But right now, these guys are playing at another level.
Limited number of possessions, just 5 drives in that first half for UTSA. We've seen long drives from both of these teams. Quick hitter on the tunnel screen. Amador going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Talking about Eric Stewart, who was in on that play again. Multiple junior colleges, was at De Anza and Foothill before transferring into Temple. Played in 3 games, but was injured and ended up redshirting a year ago.
This kid has a
making
lot
an
of
impact
promise.
here today.
Has a lot of promise. Heard a lot from him from the organization.
3rd and 5 for UTSA. McCown gets rid of it quickly, and it's in and out of the hands of the tight end, Houston Thomas. He was going to be short of the first down. There is a flag, a couple of them actually in the backfield.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 25. Hit to the head of the quarterback. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Cameron Stewart, that rush in, called for the personal foul. That's a costly penalty, but I don't know if that's one that Casey Keeler is going to be as upset by.
You know, I'm not saying it was a tone setter, but it was an effort play in which he was really trying to finish the play. He's got to be more responsible as far as his, what his purpose is on the team. He's going in, makes a great room, gets around. Well, I mean, that's, just put your hand down. Don't do that. You're going to get that call every single time. I know you're trying to finish the play, but you got to be more aware of the circumstance and the situation. They should be getting off the field. It's tough.
You say get your hand down. As a lineman, if you can't get there, haven't you always heard guys say get your hand in the air?
Absolutely, but they're going to call it every single time when you're hitting a quarterback. They protect their quarterbacks. And, and it's tough. You get your hands up when you're not there.
So is that one of those where you say
on the field was an incomplete pass. The roughing the passer was enforced on the previous spot. First down.
Okay, if there was confusion there, now you know it was an incomplete pass and a 15-yard penalty. Is that one of those where you say, hey, I like where your heart is, but you got to keep your head engaged too?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just all about the physicality of what you're playing and the effort you're giving, but you also have to be smart with the way you play.
2 backs in the backfield here for UTSA. It's Robert Henry Jr. and Henderson, and a flag before the snap. It's going to be a false start on UTSA.
Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
All right, so Roadrunners helped out by the penalty. This all of a sudden becomes a pretty big drive for them in terms of momentum.
You got to match blow for blow. And Coach understands this. He's saying, all right, then, you guys came out, you gave us a right cross. Now we have to come back and respond. We kept our feet. We're bloody and unbowed. Let's go now and give them a left cross of our own.
Robert Henry Jr., second leading rusher in the country. This is a shot play down the far sideline, and it's intercepted. Taken away by Jameer Jones. Jones run out of bounds before he gets to midfield, but a takeaway by this Temple offense.
It was a great
Temple defense.
It was a great play down the field. You know, most cornerbacks get nervous. The ball's in the air. He's not looking back. He'll grab or pull and react that way. No. What he did, rode stride for stride with him and made sure that he didn't, interrupt him in his running at all. And then, safety does. He's the last man standing. He's supposed to be the last line of defense. Comes in and makes a play. That's great work by both sides. Both the cornerback and the safety working in tandem to cover that play.
So the interception by Jones, a little bit of a bailout for his teammate Cameron Stewart, who had the penalty to keep the drive alive. Hunter Smith in the backfield alongside Simon. Smith's got the handoff. Smith's got a straight line to the end zone. 20, 10, touchdown, no flags.
Right, left, uppercut, and they go in and score. They've taken the lead now. Coach Keeler has these guys believing in who he is and his culture. This may be the turning point on Temple Owl football from this point forward. Look at this hole right now. Now watch. The offensive line gets a chance, gets them out there and hands it off, completes their blocks. They're at the next level. See, when you're a team that blitzes a lot, and we're talking about a road runner team that blitzes, sometimes it can make you cry because you're the last line of defense and you've blitzed. There's nobody there to help you.
Extra point, Temple in front, now by 3. Point after try good for Carl Harden. A brand new football game. Temple leading it 17-14. Casey Keeler said, first time in 10 months I've been embarrassed to be the head coach at Temple. That was not Temple football in the first half. Different story in the second half. A new ball game in Philadelphia. Temple with a pair of scores to open this second half. A 8-play 75-yard drive, an interception, and then a house call for a touchdown for Hunter Smith. Temple in front by 3. Now UTSA looking for an answer. Henderson and Peterson are deep. And once again, Henderson will watch the touchback fall in the end zone. If you missed it at halftime, Maria had a chance to catch up with Casey Keeler. She asked him only one question.
Coach, your team was held to just 3 points in that first half. How do you generate offense in the second 2 quarters?
Well, we didn't talk about any of that. What we talked about is, for the first time in 10 months, I was embarrassed to be their football coach. The effort that we showed is not Temple football. And we have to get back to running on and off the field. Got to play every snap like it's our last. And we have to leave this field either with a win or feeling good about who we are as a team. That was embarrassing, that first half. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Strong words from Casey Keeler. His team has responded in the first half of this third quarter. Henderson in the backfield. McCown rolling. He hits Henderson on the run for a gain of 5 on first down.
Yeah, they want to get in playmaker, and that's exactly what Henderson is. You know, they line him up in the slot. They line him up everywhere because they want to get him the ball. You know, his run out the catch is where he's most dynamic at. So he's a guy that if you don't cover him or you don't take the right angle, he can make it a house call also.
McCown keeps it, stands in the pressure, and delivers a strike to A.J. Wilson.
Yeah, you look at it, McCown took a shot right there, but he stood there, took the shot, and delivered a great ball to keep the chains moving. This is what you want. You got to come back and counter. Yes, Temple comes out, and they're really trying to put it down for you and give you a right cross. But now it's time for them to bob and weave and see what they can do on an offense to get things going.
Out across the 45, still in their own territory. Henderson still in the game. Robert Henry on the bench and wide open. That's A.J. Wilson again. Breaks a tackle. Wilson with the speed in the open field, and he's finally wrestled down at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, this is a great play by McCown. It's a great play, you know, to deliver the ball, you know. But let's talk about this offensive line, giving him all the time he needed to deliver the ball. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4. He was sacked there 4 seconds before he had to deliver the ball, and there was still nobody in his face. Talking about a counter punch. This is great by McCown. Great play calling by this Roadrunner offense.
McCown with Will Henderson. Fakes it, pulls it down, and had it batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Getting up the field. It's not always you getting there and hitting the quarterback. Sometimes you get your hands up and knock the ball down. Just as effective. There is great play potential.
It was Sekou Kroma that got a hand on it, batted it down at the line. So 2nd and 10 from the 17. McCown to the air. He's got a man. It's a touchdown. Devin McEwen hauls it in, and now UTSA is back in front. An 18-yard touchdown pass, McCown to McEwen.
So right now, like, all right, I got to eat my words because McCown got hit from the back and still was able to push the ball through and make a catchable ball to his receiver for a touchdown. That's just great by him being a tough guy in this offense. What do? They ask their quarterback, who's the leader of their team, to make a play. He sits back. He's going to get hit from the behind. He still has enough on his umph to get the ball to his receiver. Great play by them.
Cameron Stewart with the pressure that time. The extra point from from Petro is good. Back to a 4-point lead for UTSA. What an important drive for the Roadrunners. All the momentum on the side of Temple, and UTSA says we are not done yet. If this was a boxing match, Temple came out after the bell. They landed a couple of punches, but UTSA just responded perhaps with a haymaker. 21-17. Roadrunners back in front after a pair of scores from Temple. Gave the Owls their first lead of the game.
Good old-fashioned football. Hit you in the mouth, and we're going to hit you in the mouth also.
Joffer Murphy kicks it away. Another touchback, and Temple's offense will come out to the 25-yard line. Not only did you have Casey Keeler questioning his team's toughness and the way they were playing the game, they made a bit of a strategic change. Offensive coordinator Tyler Walker was in the coach's booth in the first half. He is on the sideline calling plays from there in this second half. So he's there on the field with his quarterback, Evan Simon. Get a look at Tyler Walker in his first year here at Temple, after last year helping lead Montana State to the national championship game at the FCS level. Team that put up massive offensive numbers with Tommy Mellott as their quarterback. Simon, play action. To the air, into a dangerous spot, and that ball is incomplete. Intended for JoJo Bermudez.
You know, Rich, that's huge. That's such a big change from an offensive coordinator being up in the booth, calling the game, looking down, to now being on the sideline. And that's huge because now you can smell the player's breath. You can look at their eyes. You can see what they're feeling and really get the emotional side of what's going on the field.
Please reset to 5:22. Clock will start on my snap. On the snap.
They're going to adjust the play clock after the incomplete pass. I'm not really sure what smelling their breath has to do with success, but I'll go with you on the emotion and the looking into his eyes.
I've had it all, man. I've had it all, man, from college to the NFL. Coach looking in your mouth and wanting to see where your mindset is, where you really are on the field.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Chase in motion. It's a handoff to Ducker, and he is wrestled down right at the line of scrimmage. Chidera Otutu, the nose tackle, wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Once again, they're back getting up the field, getting that penetration, not allowing the ball carriers to really sniff the other side of the line of scrimmage. They're now back to dominating the line of scrimmage away from this offensive line of Temple.
Temple 4 of 8 in the game on 3rd down, 2 of 2 in this second half. They've got 3rd and 10. Call it 3rd and 9. Simon with time. He's got one-on-one, and he overthrows everybody. That one in the direction of Colin Chase, but a misfire there, and time to punt for the Owls.
That wasn't good communication. He thought he was just going to run a 9 route up the field, but I guess he turned around and think he was going to get the ball. They just weren't on the same page on that pass play. Chase has got to keep running, or Evan Simmons has to make sure that he doesn't overthrow him like that.
Elliott Bro waiting on the punt from Dante Atten. End over end, taken at the 31.
We've got an exciting game. This is a, heavyweight match. Two teams that right now are trying to find and battle where they are in the AAC. This is a conference play where, who's going to be in the cellar and who's going to be mid-range in this entire conference. Who's going to be able to take that next step.
Number 3 back in the game here for UTSA. We've seen a mix of Robert Henry and Will Henderson. Henry has gone over 100 yards in all 4 games this season. He had 177 against Texas A&M and a couple of scores, 159 against Texas State, and then back-to-back 144-yard rushing games.
This season he's been an unstoppable force. Right now, they see if they go to what's gotten to where they are right now, and that's Henry.
Henry out of the backfield. They will swing it to him. He'll gain about 3, but a flag comes in at the end of the play. Ty Davis on the tackle. That's going to be a penalty against UTSA.
Holding. Offense number 5. 10-yard penalty First down.
That's the tight end Dan Dishman called for the hold.
And that's what you call a man beater. Man-to-man coverage on the outside with all your specialists, and then you have the running back goes out of the backfield and get it to Henry. I mean, look, 36 yards today in the first quarter. Since then, 5 yards. He's the weapon they need to get him going.
He's got a couple of catches today. But Henry has been averaging about 17 carries per ball game. He's got 10 for 41 yards today, averaging 4 yards a carry, down from his season average of 9 per carry. And there's not much there.
You know, usually they think that McCown is going to be a guy that's not going to run because he hasn't ran this season. But maybe this is an instance where
Sideline warning. UTSA, they're first.
this may be a sense that they need to understand what's going on.
Timeout.
Oh, there's an injured player on the field right now.
Yeah, Eric Stewart is the player down. The fourth-year junior from Palo Alto. He's played a big role today for Temple on the defensive side. Stewart is the leading tackler. 6 solo stops in the ball game today for this Temple defense, and you see some frustration from him as it takes a while for him to get up.
Very good player, very, very good player.
Talked earlier about the fact that he was a 2-time junior college transfer, first at De Anza and then Foothill Junior College. He's from East Palo Alto, California. Hurt early in the season a year ago. Good to see him up on his feet and walking off the field. Played in just 3 games before an injury ultimately caused him to redshirt last season.
Hopefully he gets back in because he's the heart of that defense. He's running around, and as long as they keep him clean and keep blockers off of him, he can run with just about anybody. And then he's going to have to go one-on-one with Henry for the rest of the game.
So McCown picked up a couple of yards there, brings up 2nd and 18. UTSA dropped their first 2 games of the year to Texas A&M, then a rivalry game with Texas State. Bounced back with a win over Incarnate Word and a 1-point victory at Colorado State. Coming off an open date, McCown plenty of time trying to find somebody, and now he's dropped. Sekou Kroma with the sack. That's his 3rd of the season.
That was a covered sack. What they did on the backside, they ran matchup zone. They dropped back, and when they came back, they, were able to get out there and really get somebody on the guys covering. And then all of a sudden, what happens then? The defensive line finally gets an opportunity to get their hands on McCown for a sack.
You talked about a 4 count last time. He had 6 seconds in the pocket before the defense arrived that time. An empty backfield here for UTSA on 3rd and the Liberty Bell. And they lose yardage on it, trying to get it to Robert Henry. Corley Ordonez said, "You're not going anywhere."
Ordonez says, "Look, I see you trying to set up on the outside this tunnel screen. I'm going to beat my block, get past the second blocker, and go make a play on the outside to get his defense off the field." Somebody had to step up, and Ordonez was the guy to do it. Really good game we have unfolding right now with us.
He was able to get around the center, Ben Rios, to make that tackle, and now a low end-over-end kick. UTSA going to down that in the 40, so Temple will start this offensive possession on the plus side of the field. Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
You can feel it right now. Even though with the score that the Roadrunners just had, this Temple team is still feeling that they have an opportunity to go out there and make another play to try to regain the lead.
Just a 29-yard punt. That one's down at the 38-yard line. So a huge opportunity here for the Temple offense. Scores on their first 2 possessions of this second half, but then a 3-and-out. Simon with Hunter Smith in the backfield. Smith's got the long touchdown run today for the Owls. And he gets it here, going off the left side. A flag comes in.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the field, so usually it's a holding call when you see those type of flags. Not that I've been hit by a flag or two on my day. It was never really holding. They just thought they saw me hold.
Personal foul. Hands to the face.
Oh.
Defense, number 98.
It's dead.
Add into the play.
Oh.
Automatic first down.
See, you offensive linemen always think it's about you.
You know what? I mean, it's just certain flags. You know, I've been hit with a couple flags, and, you know, I mean, I just go into shock when I see that.
That was Jamian Buxton, got his hands in the face mask and then never pulled him out. 1st and 10, Temple from the 15. That's on to the end of the 8-yard run. They fake it to Smith toward the end zone. Touchdown! Peter Clark calls it in. That's his 2nd score of the game. A flag came in at the end. Think that's going to be pass interference that'll be declined.
I'll tell you what, Rich. Not that I'm, you know, psychic or anything, but I was thinking to myself, when get the red zone?
Defense, number 14. Penalties declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
It was pass interference on Lewis. It is declined, and Temple back in front with the extra point coming on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Evan Simon to Peter Clark.
And this is where they use those, you know, tight ends. They love using tight ends in the red zone. And I was just about to say it, but I didn't.
See, now we just think you're making it up. The extra point from Harden is good, and it's a 3-point lead. Owls back in front. A little bit of a seesaw in this second half.
Yes, sir. Whole different attitude. Whole different. You get that tight end in the seam against a much smaller safety, and these are big tight ends that they have. But, you know, you allow them a 6'6", 265 tight end up against a smaller 5'10" safety. That's where you get the best results.
Peter Clark prepped at NFL Academy in London. 3 catches for 73 yards today. I tried to give him 2 touchdown catches. That's just 1. Sorry about that. It's his 3rd of the season. Bermudez had the other touchdown catch in the ball game for Temple.
Very competitive game now. All you need is your coach to light a fire underneath. You know, I was a part of the biggest turnaround ever in college football with Coach Snyder at Kansas State, and he ran off more guys than he kept in the locker room. But, you know, like I say, those that stay will be champions. This is kind of the same situation with Coach Keeler.
Finally got one that is returnable for Will Henderson. He'll take it around the 10-yard line, gets out to the 25, maybe the 26, and now it's UTSA's turn to try and answer. Our halftime score was 14-3. UTSA in front. 21 on the board in this 3rd quarter for Temple. They lead it by a field goal.
This is a great game. Battle of 2 teams trying to get up in the hierarchy of the AAC conference.
Both went 2-2 in non-conference play. It's the final first conference game for anybody in the team in the American. You had South Florida and Charlotte last night. South Florida winning that ball game. They give it to Henderson on the ground, and he picks his way through the big guys and fights out for a first down to the 35-yard line. A 10-yard run for Will Henderson.
And I guess they want some explosion in their offense. So you put in Henderson, who's, like I said, a track star, a guy that's, you know, a lower 10-second 100 runner. So, I mean, he's explosive, but, I mean, I would go back to basics. Go back to Henry, run a duo, grind some time off the clock.
McCown fakes it to Henderson on the run to his left, and he completes it out across the 40. That is Devin McEwen on the catch.
McEwen has really stepped up for this offense. You know, coach was looking for a couple guys in this offense to really step it up from the receiver position. You know, McEwen, Allen, Wilson.
6 catches today for Devin McEwen, 53 yards and a score. Henderson trying to bounce it to the outside, but he's got cherry jerseys in pursuit. Curly Ordonez, the first one there. Curly Ordonez with the tackle for Temple.
This is the end.
His 7th of the ball game, and we go to the 4th quarter. A 3-point game. The triangle of toughness being signaled by UTSA as we go to the final 15 minutes.
Temple with a 24-21 lead as we head into the 4th quarter here in Philadelphia. And if you took a look at the Roadrunners sideline heading into this fourth quarter, you would have seen multiple players holding up triangles. That's something that Jeff Traylor started when he got to USA. He calls it the triangle of toughness. They bring a physical triangle with them to their games. It stands for running the football, being physical on defense, being sound on special teams. There's also pillars that he includes in that triangle of toughness. The whole point of it is to create this culture of a tough brand of football for the UTSA Roadrunners. It's something that Jeff Traylor is incredibly proud of, and he took a long time developing. He finally feels like he has that perfect concoction of the physical toughness, and that's why the guys put up the triangles as they head into this quarter because that's when things get really tough and they have to show up.
They've got the 210 on there as well, the area code for the San Antonio area. If you wear number 2, number 1, or number 0, a big honor in this UTSA program. 3rd down coming up after the carry by Henderson.
You know, I'm starting to think, I mean, what's going on? Why isn't, one of their best players in the game right now? Henry has not been out there.
They've leaned pretty heavily today on Will Henderson III.
I can't see him on the sideline, but I mean, I'm looking for him now. But
he was in on that last possession. 9 carries today for Henderson, 10 for Henry. Third down, quick pass. And that's going to be short. Needed to get it across midfield to the 49. Going to bring up a fourth down. Temple in front 24-21. Got the offense staying on the field. No, they'll bring the punt team out.
Yeah, even the big guys, the big offensive linemen are like, no, stay off, let us go for it, let us go for it. You got to be calculated right now. You got a Temple team that's playing pretty well. You don't want to give up that field position.
New return man on the punt. It's Colin Chase this time that is back. Chase going to take it at the 11, maybe the 12. They'll mark it at the 11 after the fair catch.
I'm looking to see, Rich, how they go about running this offense. Do they stay with the physicality of trying to run the ball, or do they open up? You know, can they trust Simon to push the ball down the field? Can he trust that offensive line to block for him? We're talking about a new culture right now. Let me see what the culture is set right now. They've got the lead. How do they go in and try to finish this game in the fourth quarter?
Evan Simon, 12 of 17, 150 yards and a couple of touchdown passes today. He's completed 71%. Hunter Smith, the leading rusher today, 5 carries, 71 yards, including the 54-yard touchdown. Jay Ducker in the backfield right now. Simon pulls it, and looks like he's going to keep it. Flips it off at the last second. And the ball comes out, a fumble, and it's recovered by UTSA. There is a flag down on the play as well. Simon may have been beyond the line of scrimmage when he let that one go.
Either that or a
lineman downfield.
Yeah.
Flags on both sides right at the line of scrimmage. So Steven Anderson and this officiating crew will have to sort this one out.
They've been busy today.
A lot happening on this play. Looked like Simon was going to run it. Decided at the last minute to toe.
Pass. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty in the spot of the foul. Loss it down. Second down.
So an illegal forward pass.
That was almost a gift that it was, but, you know, I mean, because the fumble gave it to the Roadrunners and on their side of the field.
Ruling on the field that the quarterback crossed the line of scrimmage prior to throwing the pass is under further review.
But wouldn't the play continue? And I mean, an illegal forward pass doesn't make it a dead ball, does it?
No,
I mean, there was a fumble and a fumble recovery at the end of the play.
Well,
fumble that was forced by Shad Banks.
Yes, I want to know who recovered it, though, because it was still a scrum going down there at the end of the play.
If any part of his body is not beyond the line of scrimmage, then the forward pass is legal. So you see Simon.
So here's the line of scrimmage on
so it was the 11 at the 11. So the entire body has to be across the 11 when he lets it go. Looks like he is clearly past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like he's around the 12 right now. So yes. It's a critical play for him. I mean, critical play. If he's not, then who recovered the ball at the end on the fumble?
All right, so this is at the end of the play. Banks knocks it out. You see it come out of bounds. Is there a clear recovery? Oh, Temple recovered it at the end. There you go. That makes more sense.
Yes.
I think it was Holloway that got in and recovered it at the very end of the play. So that's why you would enforce the penalty. Obviously makes more sense now.
Hustle plays, getting around the ball.
Boy, how big a play is that by Holloway, though, to recover it for
Huge.
Temple? You had 2 white jerseys that kind of just rolled across the ball. So the line of scrimmage was the
11-yard line. If any part of his body's crossed the line, behind the line, then it could be illegal for a pass. But I mean,
when he releases the football, because even as he reaches back, if his arm is behind the 11 when he lets it go, then that would be legal. But I think his arm has come forward past the 11 when it comes out of his hand.
And that's one heck of a play by Banks also. You know, hustle guy running and making a play like that to knock it out of his hand.
And do you have enough on any of those replay angles that we've seen to overturn the call on the field, which was an illegal forward pass?
Yes.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld as an illegal forward pass. Be second down, Temple.
All right, so you've got the illegal forward pass, a 5-yard penalty, and a loss of down. But given what the outcome on that play could have been for Temple, that's actually a break.
It is a break. Darn if you do, darn if you don't.
And what an incredible missed opportunity there for UTSA. That ball was on the ground there for the taking, just couldn't haul it in after Banks forced the fumble.
Yeah, 2 guys trying to fight for the ball, you know, but that's just guys just trying to hustle.
All right, so 2nd and 15 for Temple with 13:12 to play. Owls with the lead, up a field goal. Simon too high with that pass, trying to complete it to Jay Ducker. He got popped at the end of the play. The pressure by Brandon Tucker. And I think Simon was looking around for a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, kind of laid on him a little bit. But, I mean, they're trying to move the pocket for Simon, you know, trying to get him out from that offensive line. But, I mean, at some point you're going to have to trust those guys to make a block, sustain a block, you know, and keep them upright.
See what the whistle's about.
Previous play is under further review for potential targeting.
Oh.
That makes a huge difference.
So Steven Anderson getting a workout here in the early part of the 4th quarter. His replay monitor all the way on the opposite end of the field. We'll take a look at this one after this timeout. Temple in front. All right, after review, the officials have said no targeting. Casey Keeler not sure about that. We'll let you watch it and decide for yourself. Remember, you're looking for indicators. Did the defensive player launch? Kind of looks like yes. Did he use the crown of his helmet? I suppose that's up for debate. But no targeting on that play. Simon with an empty backfield. Pressure coming, and he's going to throw it away. Was he outside the tackle box? And was there a receiver in the area?
No foul for intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area.
Ozawalu with the pressure on Simon. They said there was a receiver in the area, so no intentional grounding.
Colin Chase was, coming back towards the ball and ran out of bounds on the sideline over there. So, that's a great play by Simon.
Well, there was a potential receiver in the area code.
Yes.
in the area, perhaps a different scenario. Directional kick. Fair catch called for and made. Oh, did he muff it? No, he's got it there.
He got it back, though.
Elliott Bro. We're only 2.5 minutes into this fourth quarter. Feels like a lot of action.
I mean, the ref gets a little workout in, running 60 yards to the other side of the sideline, the last 2 or 3 plays. Get your workout in.
Well, a call that goes in favor of UTSA in the no targeting, and therefore Brandon Tucker stays in the game. And then a call that goes Temple's way in no intentional grounding. Robert Henry back in the game. Henry with a delayed start to this run, and then he's wrapped up. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
Yeah, they ran a duo play, and they couldn't get they couldn't get 2 double teams because they covered both guards and the center, and that's what we call double eagle. And what that does, it keeps you from double teaming because you have to go one-on-one blocks, and they didn't get any movement this time, which allowed the linebackers to then scrape and make a play on Henry.
Swayke and Stewart both there for that tackle. 2nd and 10 for UTSA. Owen McCown, 21 of 28, 205 yards and a pair of touchdowns. And he'll swing it out of the backfield, and that's Henderson on the catch. And a big collision right at the 40-yard line. Jalen Castleberry delivering the blow.
You can see and feel the physicality out there. You see Temple out there chirping a little bit, saying a little bit because they're feeling confident in themselves with the lead. I mean, these pads are popping. Watch. Initiating contact. Going to make a play.
And you remember
the aggressor.
Eric Stewart was slow getting up on the last possession. He's back and seemingly in on every play right now. Big 3rd down. 3rd and 5 for UTSA from the 41. McCown with time. Now he will throw and complete it at the 25-yard line. A strong throw on the run by McCown. Another catch for A.J. Wilson.
Wow, he delivered a very, very good ball down the field. Running towards it to his left. He's a lefty on the play. Getting the ball out to his playmaker. You got to have an arm throw from, Berta Hash's yard to the sideline. Strong throw.
But look at the accuracy on the run that time from Owen McCown.
Put it on his body.
3rd catch of the game for Wilson for 67 yards. Now an inside run, and there's just not much there. Temple has committed to, if not stopping, at least slowing down that run up front.
It's a wonder why McCown is throwing so much, because I tell you what, this Owl defense are stepping up to the occasion in the 2nd half. They're not allowing that running game to really get started. They're getting up the field, creating penetration, which is stopping these run plays.
Robert Henry, the senior out of Lumberton High School in Lumberton, Mississippi, a transfer from Jones College. A backward pass here, and now a throwback to McCown. McCown to the 20. He's going to get the 1st down out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
little trickery and misdirection. You run the lateral play back, then you have to turn around and get it back, making sure it doesn't go forward, allowing them McCown to go and get the first down.
But you can have the forward pass on the second because the first was a backward pass.
That's
Amador
right.
did an incredible job just to catch that initial throw. And then he makes a good throw to McCown, so a first down for UTSA from the 15. McCown to the air, looking for the slant, batted into the air and intercepted. A takeaway by Temple. It's Avery Powell, the Missouri State transfer. Ball batted into the air. We've seen that happen a couple of times in this second half, and an interception by Temple, the second of the day by McCown. 9:34 to play. Temple in front, 24-21. Sultan Badmus batted it into the air. And then the interception by Powell.
Temple with a 24-21 lead over UTSA in the fourth quarter here in Philadelphia. Avery Powell with a big play for the Owls, and he said this year in particular he has been a bit more dialed in. He said he's watching a lot of film, getting in extra time with his coaches and teammates, because as he's progressed in college football, he wants to get better in the big moments. He did that for the Owls.
Thank you, Maria. Powell in the last 2 years at Missouri State had 88 tackles over the course of 23 games. He was all-conference Missouri Valley in the 2023 season. Started out at Holy Cross back in 2022 and comes up with a huge play for the Temple defense. Now it's UTSA's defense that is looking for a stop with coming up on 9 minutes to play. The American opener for both the Owls and the Roadrunners, and it's been a good one. UTSA took a 14-3 lead into the locker room, but 21 third quarter points from Temple have been the difference.
And really the difference has been attitude. I mean, the Roadrunners, they've kept the same attitude. They know that they're a physical brand of football that they play. They've already established their you know, who they are as a team. Temple is just learning it. And ever since they came out at halftime, they found something in being aggressive and really trying to impose their will.
Third and 9. Simon with time. Over the middle. It's complete. That's a first down. Gets it to Hunter Smith. Smith dropped at the 24-yard line. Gain of 10. And Temple moves the chains. Jess Lope, the defensive coordinator for UTSA. His guys had a chance to get off the field there. He has an incredibly aggressive mindset.
Definitely.
As a defensive play caller. Talk to us a little bit about patience, though. This pass is complete near sideline. That's right into the UTSA bench. Another catch for Colin Chase.
You know, we had an interesting conversation with him. He said, look, he wants to be aggressive. Well, you know, how many do you think is a blitz? He said, well, you know, usually 4 is a blitz. You know, bringing 5 is when you know really sending some pressure. He said, sometimes I'll call 7. He relies on the guys to be able to cover on the back end. They had some mistakes now, but I think they've through with those mistakes and are really at a point where they know what to do now on the defensive side of the ball.
Chase in motion. On the ground. Ducker. Short gain. I beg your pardon, Hunter Smith on the carry.
Hunter Smith's a speed guy. You want to get him going.
So Smith now goes out and Ducker comes back into the game.
Now you put the hammer back in.
They'll reset the ball at the 37. Ducker on the ground. Boy, he ran into a wall just short of the 40-yard line, and he's wrestled down. Gonna bring up 3rd and 5. Shad Banks on the tackle.
You know, the offensive line is trying to keep those linebackers from being able to blitz through and come through. And, you know, they're being aggressive on the UTSA linebacking core. They're trying to get them up there. But, I mean, the only thing about that, when you do blitz, when you do bring guys up, the potential for a big play is always there. Because if you get past those blitzers, it's open field.
About 3 of the 3rd down conversions. Looked like the right tackle moved early. That was Diego Barajas. Came out of his stance a little early, and that's going to make it 3rd and long.
Ball start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Talking about Shad Banks just a second ago. He's a guy that's bounced around a little bit. Started out at A&M, goes to TCU, has settled in, and they think he has a chance to be an NFL player.
He does, you know, because he's so quick and so strong, and he's explosive. And his ability to go out there and make plays, not just at the stand-up linebacker position, but on the outside, rushing the passer, really makes him a special player. You can put him just about anywhere on the defense.
Third and 10. Simon takes a shot. He's got one-on-one, and it's incomplete. Intended for Colin Chase. Davin Martin in coverage. Avoided the pass interference. And it's time to punt for Temple.
Yeah, just ran great, you know, just running with the wide receiver. He didn't turn around, but he didn't put his hands on it before the pass got there either.
Boy, look at Evan Simon at the end of this as he's letting it go.
He took an extra step, you know.
Perhaps fortunate there was no flag. Atten punts it away. Bro with the fair catch. Plenty of time left for UTSA, trailing by a field goal with 5:08 remaining, but it's getting late. The American on ESPN Plus is home to 40-plus college football games, over 1,000 exclusive live events, and every American Conference championship throughout the season. For more information and to sign up, visit stream.espn.com. An unseasonably warm day in the city of brotherly love. 80, 81, 82 degrees in October.
Great weather, great football weather.
You know, Mississippi is home for me. I was kind of hoping for a little cooler. It was nice yesterday, about 70. No complaints. A gorgeous October fall Saturday for what has been a really good football game. Incomplete and perhaps some miscommunication. Owen McCown looked like he was trying to throw it to a back shoulder, and McEwen just kept on going.
Yeah, you know, they weren't on the same page just then. But they're going to need McEwen to be the guy that's going to step things up for this offense. You know, they're getting past the time where they can really run the ball. So he's going to have to take his arm to really open things up for the offense.
See the games coming up tonight. FAU and Rice, Tulsa and Memphis. Not much there for Henderson on second down. Allen Hain, the nose with the tackle, transfer from Miami.
And you know, you see these, you know, we talk about Temple toughness, you know, these single digit numbers, they mean a lot, you know, and when you have that type of number on this team, that means you're extraordinary in what you bring to this Temple football team. You know, I think Coach Keeler has kind of changed how you get those, how you're awarded those type of numbers.
That process has become a lot more stringent. He thought that some of the prestige of being a single-digit player had maybe gone away. Only 5 single-digit numbers on this roster, 2 of them on defense. McCown under pressure, trying to make something happen. And he's going to throw it complete. It's going to be short of the first down. He had to work hard for that completion of 6 yards to David Amador.
Talking about a gunslinger. The play is never over with that. They brought the blitz, a great blitz, timed the blitz. They brought the safety in, and he's still able to avoid the sack and get the ball down for a completion. I mean, that's one change of direction, 2 change of direction.
And the offense is staying on the field here for UTSA. 4th down and 3, 3:39 to play. Down only 3 with all 3 timeouts remaining. Jeff Traylor rolling the dice here on 4th down. McCown looking to throw. Now looking to run. Dumps it off, incomplete. Temple gets the stop. Cameron Stewart was there, providing the pressure. And now the Owls have it with 3:24 to play. Deep in UTSA territory, the gamble does not pay off.
And we're talking about a pass rush that right now that individuals beat their man in front of them.
It's an incomplete pass.
40, swims him, gets up the field, turns his hips, hits him, you know, and then he gets hit at the last second. McCown is a tough guy, but you can't continue to get hit like that. This Temple defense has really stepped up, rushing the passer, and guys on the outside are covering.
Cameron Stewart got off his block.
McCown's getting beat up a little bit. The guys up front are really making it happen. I mean, I understand, you know, what Coach was doing. You know, I understand why he went for it. And, you know, Coach Traylor thought, all right, my guys are going to step up for me. My offensive line to go block their individual blocks. And McCown was going to go out there and make a play. But sometimes, hey.
Well, it puts you in a spot where your defense has got to hold Temple to 3 right here.
But on the other hand, McKeeler's like, you guys, I got to go in, seal the game, and score.
That opportunity is now here for Temple, and they give it to Ducker. Ducker's going to gain a couple. Goes down to the 28-yard line.
Timeout.
And UTSA will use its first timeout with 3:18 to play.
And you know, that wasn't a bad run play.
To 3:20.
You think, all right, you know, but I mean, that's a positive play. You get 3-4 yards on the first down.
Thank you.
They run it again, maybe get 3 or 4 again. Now it's 3rd and manageable. They cannot continue to go out there and make a mistake and get a holding call or offsides penalty. And now you're looking at 3rd and 15, things of that nature. If they can stay consistent, you know, this could be a good drive for this Temple team.
And look, that's a call that the head coach makes. When you go 4th and 4th, that's not your offensive coordinator saying, let's go for it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Jeff Traylor has always been an aggressive coach, but you just can't help but wonder, deep in your own territory,
well, you want McCown to make you good.
If you don't convert, you put yourself in a spot where it becomes really difficult to possibly win the game.
Very difficult, Rich. You know, and you know, sometimes, you know, you want your players like McCown to make you right.
Went for it at their own 45 earlier in the ball game, and they were able to convert that. Simon on the ground once again. He throws this incomplete, trying to set up a screen there, and good awareness by the guys in white shirts.
Once again, recognition. Shad Banks hovering around the ball, ready to make a play. Owen P-Wood making a play, sitting there waiting for the play to happen.
Temple won its first 2 games this year. They beat UMass 42-10, a game in which Evan Simon threw 6 touchdown passes. They beat Howard 55-7 and lost at home to Oklahoma and to Georgia Tech. 3:16 remaining. Temple in front, 24-21. A huge 3rd down right here. Simon with time, throws. That pass is caught! There's a flag down in the backfield. We'll have to check the marker, but Peter Clark, who's already got a touchdown catch, makes a big play one-on-one.
Here we go, red zone. You pass the red zone, who's going to step up? Those tight ends.
No foul for defensive holding. Result of the play is a 1st down.
Said there is no foul for defensive holding. But to catch a big one for Peter Clark, a 1st down inside the 20-yard line with 3:07 to play for the Owls.
Clark just deboed it out the air, you know, and that's just Simon just trusting his guy. He walls him off like it's a – Peter walled him off like he was a forward in the NBA, holding him off and able to execute the play, bring it down.
Please reset to 3:12. 3-1-2.
Red zone scoring this year for Temple. A perfect 12 for 12 coming into today. 15 of 15 on the year. And that's with 13 touchdowns and 2 field goals.
All right, Rich. We're in the red zone. Tight ends are definitely in play in the red zone.
Peter Clark's lined up in the backfield right now. Ducker goes to the right of Simon. Clock running inside 3 minutes. It's Ducker on the handoff back inside for a short gain and a timeout taken by UTSA. That is their 2nd. Remember, you've got the 2-minute timeout as well, so effectively 2 times that UTSA can stop the clock. And as we talked about a moment ago, desperately trying to hold Temple to a field goal attempt.
2-4-8.
Field goal attempt could really keep them in play, because now, you know, they believe in their ability to have their quarterback, you know, Owen McCown go all the way down the field, especially with the weapons they have on the outside. You look at guys that can go out and make plays. They got Allen, you know, they've got McCune. They have guys going to go, Wilson, that can make plays on the outside. It's all about this series right here. 2nd down and 8.
If you're looking ahead to field goals, Temple loves their field goal kicker. You remember a year ago they had Maddox Trujillo, who hit the 64-yard field goal in a game a season ago. It was the longest field goal in the history of this stadium, Eagles or Owls.
Absolutely.
And Maddox Trujillo was one of the first people to go to Casey Keeler after Keeler was announced as the head coach. He said, hey, coach, I'm the best kicker in this league, but I'm out of eligibility. The 2nd best kicker in the league is our backup, former walk-on Carl Harden, who's already made a field goal today. Casey Keeler put him on scholarship, said we got to keep this guy. Simon hands it off. It's Ducker up the middle. He'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Kendrick Blackshire on the tackle, and UTSA uses its final timeout.
UTSA. 30 seconds.
Third down and 4 coming up. The play of the game for this UTSA defense after this timeout.
Wow, but you look at it. No timeouts left for the Roadrunners. You look at it. How do you go about this? Third and what, 4?
And just doing the math here. If Temple doesn't convert on the third down here, they let the clock run down to the 2-minute timeout. Try the field goal to make it a 2-score game, I would assume. I mean, I suppose there's a scenario where Casey Keeler chooses to go for it on 4th down, depending on 4th and whatever the distance is. So if it plays out that way where they kick a field goal, you're looking at just a hair under 2 minutes remaining, which is plenty of time to drive down and try to score.
But with no timeouts, it might be tough on them. But they got a veteran quarterback, though, so everything's in play.
Temple wants to take all of that out of the equation with a third down conversion here. 3rd and 4. They give it to Hunter Smith, and Smith is going to be dropped for a loss back at the 17, maybe the 18-yard line.
So how do you approach this?
I think it was actually Simon that kept that, didn't hand it off.
How do you approach it? Do you go for it on 4th down because they're up by 3?
Oh, you got to kick the field goal, don't you?
Or you kick the field goal.
On 4th and 8?
But either way it goes, if they don't kick the field goal, if they go down, they can tie it. But if they go ahead of them for a touchdown, they win. But if they kick the field goal and they go down for a touchdown, they still win if they complete the field goal.
Right.
So I don't know necessarily how you go about deciding this.
Well, both staffs will have a chance to think about how to handle this play with 2 minutes remaining. Temple in front, 24-21, trying to win their opener in the American. Casey Keeler electing to go for a field goal here. He's got his kicker Carl Harden on to try a 35-yarder to make this a 6-point lead. Right now, 24-21. Richard Cross, Barrett Brooks, Maria Tribal Piece with you in Philadelphia. Isaiah Hayes will snap. Dante Atten holds the kick on the way, and it is dead center. So 27-21 with 1:56 to play. The math that we were talking about a little while ago plays out. No timeouts remaining. The gamble by UTSA on 4th down, it hurts them in terms of time, but they've still got an opportunity to win this football game.
There is an opportunity with a veteran quarterback with some really good pieces on the outside that he can go to. You know, we're talking about a team that's veterans with their coach. You know, they play for their coach. So at this point, you can't count them out. But I tell you what, this Temple Owls team, you know, really turned the corner in who they are and what the expectation is going forward with Temple football.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:57. 1:57.
They're going to put a second back on the clock. 1:56, now 1:57. Bryson Donnell and David Amador back to receive the kick. Carl Harden. Only been one kick that has been returnable today for UTSA. Harden hits this one well. It's going to go into the end zone. And UTSA is going to have 1:57 to go, 75 yards to try and win this American opener on the road in an NFL stadium, the home of the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
They'll have a tough one tomorrow, you know, playing against Denver in that defense. Two really good pass rushers in Cooper and Bonito. Can't wait for this.
Big sports weekend here in Philly. Dodgers and the Phillies. It started in a couple of hours. Robert Henry in the backfield alongside Owen McCown.
This is great football, man. I love this stuff, man.
McCown to the air, and he throws and completes it on 1st down. Short gain out of bounds, stops the clock. McCown now 25 of 35 for 234 yards.
I'll tell you what, Cameron Stewart is bringing it on that right side. He is bringing it.
McCown over the middle of the field. He had that one sail on him. Pretty good coverage. There is a flag that came in at the end of the play. You had Tyre Alualu in coverage that time. Sultan Badmus with the pressure that forced the high throw. Could that be a defensive holding? Officials talking about it.
Still talking it out.
You had A.J. Wilson kind of hanging it out over close to the officials, trying to figure out what was going on.
There's no foul for defensive holding. It's 3rd down.
That is twice today,
yes,
that we have seen a flag picked up where they said no foul for defensive holding. Which I'm not sure how that works exactly. Right. Like, did you see holding or not?
Right. Maybe, you know, something flew in your eye. You thought it was holding, but it may not have been holding.
3rd and 6. UTSA 4 of 11 on 3rd down today. They've only converted 1 in the second half.
Temple goes man-to-man. Potential for a big play on the outside.
One safety in the middle of the field. McCown completes a slant. A flag comes in. Ben Osweke able to drop A.J. Wilson after the catch, keeping it from being a big play.
Blocking before the catch.
Pass interference. Offense, number 8. 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
On 8, that's David Amador.
Correction. Penalized half the distance of the goal. 3rd down.
Pick play?
Yeah, they tried it. They don't call it pick play. They call it rubs on the opposite side of the ball.
I know that's what they call it. I'm aware.
But, hey, they still have an opportunity to go out and make a play. And I know that Coach thinks, the best for it. Coach Traylor thinks the best of it. But you got a veteran quarterback. And he's been hosing it around, all game. This offensive line has to step up and block this front of the Owls.
2 downs to pick up 20 yards for UTSA to keep the game alive. 4-man rush. McCown high and incomplete. And now it comes down to 4th and 20 just to keep this game going. Pressure that time by Sultan Badmus, the sophomore from Bowie, Maryland.
This Temple secondary has definitely stepped up this second half. I had some questions earlier on in the game, but they've definitely showed that they're ready to play.
4th and 20 from the 15. McCown steps up in the pocket, pressured, and down he goes! It's Demerick Morris and Sultan Badmus, the interior of that defensive line again.
1st down, Temple.
It was all set up by Cameron Stewart on the outside, beating that right tackle around the corner. And when he beat him around the corner, forced him to step up. Well, I'm sorry. It wasn't Cameron Stewart.
Demerick Morris, the defensive tackle,
yes,
wreaking havoc. Sultan Badmus involved again. Badmus coming from that end position.
And, Rich, this is just hustle, just not stopping, keeping the test of fortitude, making sure you're finishing the play for the guys next to you.
3rd sack of the game, none bigger than that one by Demerick Morris.
And you heard what he said, Coach said. Coach Keeler said, I didn't care about X's and O's. I didn't care about offense or defense. All I care about is I'm not going to lead this game wanting to coach these guys.
Told his team at halftime that that first half was the first time he had embarrassed to be their coach in the 10 months since he had taken the job. He said, when we leave this game, we're either leaving with a win or knowing that we left it all on the field. Or they're going to leave with a win today.
And leaving it all on the field. They gave it all.
Well, there was a field goal in the 4th quarter. Temple outscoring UTSA 24-7 in this second half. Evan Simon going to have to take a knee maybe 2 more times. There's one. He'll have to take a knee 1 more time to run the time off the clock. Temple will match its season win total, not just from last year, but from each of the last 4 years.
Right.
4 straight 3-9s for Temple. They're going to win game number 3 in their 5th contest of the year.
Man, I love calling this game. This is one of the best games I've called, this year. Just guys going out there and just outworking each other. Great defensive battle on both sides. Coach Keeler establishing who he is and what this team will be from this point on.
Casey Keeler and Jeff Traylor shaking hands at midfield. It's a gut punch of a loss for UTSA after carrying an 11-point lead into the locker room at halftime. An incredible second half by the Owls to get a win. And some validation early in this season for Casey Keeler,
yes,
and his Temple Owls.
Yeah, you want to.
Temple up next will host the Naval Academy. That is a week from today, and that is a unique challenge in and of itself.
Yes.
UTSA will be back at home next week to take on the Rice Owls. So they get Owls in back-to-back weeks. Let's go downstairs and check in with Maria, who I'm assuming has a happier Casey Keeler now.
Yes, he's smiling right now. Coach, a spirited message to your team at halftime. How proud are you of the way that...
Again, we've been together 10 months. We've really got a close bond. What I saw that first half doesn't represent Temple football. And I let him know it. I said, I am embarrassed to be your coach for the very first time in 10 months. I said, we're not going to do this the second half. And they went out and battled. And again, it wasn't pretty, but at the same time, the energy and the staying together, the togetherness. And we played fairly clean at times, too. So, big win, conference game. We want to start off this thing right against a good opponent. Feels great.
You talk a lot about this culture and wanting to establish it. How much of a good step in the right direction is this win?
No, this is so big because you only can lose so much and try to, hey, we got this great culture. You have to have some successes on the field. And to see what we put on tape the first half versus what we put on tape the second half and how our guys kept on battling and the energy on the sideline, this should carry us through.
So what will you tell them when you head back into the locker room now?
We're dancing.
All right, I'm going to look for video footage. Thanks, Coach, guys.
Maria, thank you so much. 11 times Casey Keeler has been named a Coach of the Year. He's got 2 national championships. He pressed all the right buttons today as his Temple Owls get a 27-21 win over UTSA to start conference play 1-0 and to move to 3-2 on the year.
This was a great game, and I love the fact that when they came out at halftime. I mean, this is what football is all about. For myself, I've been in these situations before. You had a gut check for the entire team, and he showed these guys want to play for him. So from this point on, it's going to be a different culture with the Owls. Yes, they have some talent. They have inefficiency, but they're going to go into this thing knowing that they can play with anybody right now in the American, and go tooth and nail with them.
Made the decision to bring the offensive coordinator from the booth down to the field. Tyler Walker calling plays from the field. He just might stay there going forward. Temple gets to sing at home with a lot of smiles on their face after an American win to start things off in conference play. 27-21 the final. For my partner Barrett Brooks, our entire ESPN crew, Maria Tribal Piece on the field, I'm Richard Cross. A 6-point win for the Owls to start 1-0 in the American. Thanks for being with us from Philly.